It's time to show them.
Yeah.
You have now mastered the basic skills. It's time for your first challenge.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Let me check my audio. For some reason I can't hear myself. But I see y'all can hear me pretty good. So I'm going to go forward with it. Hopefully it doesn't cause an issue if we have any guests. But shout out to the chat. Let me get this off the screen. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated, y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. What's going on? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Frank Nitty early in the building. Good morning to you, bro. Hopefully all is well. Uncle L, salute. Good morning to you, Uncle L. Let me turn this down. Arabia, the BT 1000. Good morning, Arabia. Powers Knowledge TV. Salute, brother. It's early for you out there on the West Coast, bro. Man, you up early. Shout out to you being here early. Shout out to everybody that came and hit that like button. Let me drop the link because this is absolutely a show for interaction. I don't know I don't know everything on this subject, at all. No way I could. Let me see here. Let me get the link pinned really quickly. But yeah, we're gonna talk about y'all know what the subject is. We talking about NFL. It's week 1, y'all. Let's go. Dang, having trouble here. Week 1. Let's talk about week 1. I am very uneducated this season. I'm in 2 fantasy leagues. I ended up having to auto draft in both of them. So my teams are, hey, they're going to be a work in progress. But hey, it is what it is. We move forward, right? We don't make any excuses. And I'm not very up on many of the players. So, hey, we just going to talk about it. We're here early to get started early. We're gonna go through who's who. You know, we're gonna get educated because, like I said, I'm very uneducated on the subject right now. So my team's 49ers, as y'all know, as y'all can see in the background. I have I don't know what expectations to have of the 49ers this year, truth be told. I mean, they didn't make any big splash pickups, you know, that I'm aware. It's a lot of turmoil, it seems like, contract-wise at receiver. Yeah, I'm saying, man, what up? Good morning to you. So, yeah, like I said, we just going to talk about it, man. Let me get myself right, though, man. I haven't gone live in a while, man. Your boy ended up in the hospital for a little bit, but we back. We good. We good. Let's get that going. And, yeah, so let me see here. Let me share the screen. Like I said, if anybody wants to come up and talk about anything, talk about your team, talk about some of the games that are upcoming, some of the games that have already happened. I mean, we know started off Cowboys Eagles. We saw how that one went. Starting off with your boy getting damn kicked out of the game. What in the hell? Really, bruh? Really, bruh? That's what you do before you even get in a play. You get yourself kicked out of the game on some dumb shit. And they haven't even announced if there's going to be any additional punishments for him. But let's look. This is the slate of games we got upcoming. Oh, yeah, I'm good, Uncle L. I'm good. I'm good. You know. We ain't going to talk about that. I'm good. Fast TV. Good morning to you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, knowledge. But I'm good. We ain't going to talk about it. We'll talk about that at a later date. We're going to talk about football right now. We'll talk about that at a later date. I'm good. I'm good. We can discuss it at a later date. For sure. If y'all want to do that, we can discuss that at a later date. I'll tell you all my business. But let's discuss this right now. Let's stay on subject. I don't want to make it about me. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I appreciate that, Uncle Eldo. Salute to everybody. Salute to everybody who right knowledge. Yeah, I'm alive, right? That's what matters. Right? I'm here. I'm live. I'm smiling, all that, you know. Absolutely. I'm drinking water. Drink more water. Drink more water. Real talk. Real talk. So, yeah. So, this upcoming slate of games today, week 1. I mean, you see a lot of divisional matchups starting off the season. You know, pretty much everything is in division for the most part. There's a couple of them that are crossing because you can't just get that perfect layout. But, yeah, Arabia, Dallas, they lost. Let's talk about that. Let's start there. 2 things we need most is water and sunshine. That's right. Salute, ears. Appreciate you. And like I said, the link is pinned. So anybody that wants to jump up and talk any of this, feel free. You can jump up. You can go up and down, however you want. You know, we pay for StreamYard over here. We can have 10 on the panel or whatever it is. So feel free, join the discussion. So yeah, let's talk about the games that already happened first, and then we'll get to the upcoming slate, right? So Cowboys Eagles, like we said, oh boy, get himself kicked out before the damn game even really gets started. What the hell? Has anybody heard of what the punishment's gonna be for him? Like additional punishment? Have they said anything about any additional punishment? And will it be additional games? Let me look real quick. One punishment has reportedly been ruled out. What does that mean? What is the actual punishment? So maybe they're going to fine them and not actually suspend them for games. I don't know if this is a real article or not, though. Yeah, hey, so Uncle L, that's a fact. Dak spit first, right? All right, so I'm glad you brought that up. This is perfect. I didn't even plan on doing this, but I'm glad you said that. So I'm going to go find a video. I discovered a video. I'm going to go find a video. I'm going to see if I can find the timestamp, and we can keep talking about the game and while I'm working on that. But while you said that, I'm going to show a video why I despise the Cowboys. Least favorite team. I'm a 49ers fan, right? So the Cowboys is my least favorite team out of all teams that are football teams, you know? So and that goes back to my days as a young boy, you know, becoming a 49ers fans, and it was Cowboys 49ers there in the 90s and, you know, late 80s, 90s, stuff like that, right? So, but I was watching the arena, you know, Gil's Arena. He got the football show now with Skip Bayless and Aqib Talib, and then there'll be different people kind of sitting in that other seat over there, and Gil's on it, obviously. And so they, of course, had an episode this week, and they were talking about that incident, and some of the stuff they said made me understand the whole Dak thing. And why they felt like, yeah, they saw Dak spit first, and they said, hey, Dak was in the right to spit. He didn't spit on the guy. You know, spitting on the guys are totally crossing the line. But I'll find that, and while I'm finding that, we can continue to talk about these games, right? Good morning, Say Less. Hopefully all is well. But yeah, so again, Cowboys, Eagles. We saw the game. We saw how it started, you know. Oh boy, getting kicked out. It seemed to have an impact on the Eagles because Cowboys were running the ball pretty well in that first half. You know, Dak was looking good. Untamed. Good morning to you. Yeah, so, you know, Dak was looking good. The offense was running well. You know, they would seem to be having their way with the Eagles defensive line with old boy gone. And then really kind of the same thing could be said for the Cowboys side without having Micah Parsons. You know, the Eagles offense was just doing whatever they wanted. Jalen Hurts looked like, he looked like Jalen Hurts. He looked like Mike Vick. He looked like Lamar Jackson. He looked like all of them. Good morning, Lovelace. And the link is pinned for anybody who wants to discuss. We're just going to, you know, go through first the games that have happened, and then we'll talk about the upcoming slate, and we'll also talk a little bit of fantasy football this morning. So, yeah, but, you know, the first half of the game, both offenses looked like they were running pretty well. I didn't see really any, you know, there weren't very many negative plays as far as on the quarterbacks. You know, there weren't like sacks and stuff like that. You know, both of them were doing really well. Things changed after the delay, the rain delay, the lightning delay or whatever. But it just seemed like everything would seem to be, it was going to be one of those games that was just going to keep going back and forth, see basically who's going to be able to score last, essentially. You know, because nobody was really stopping much of anybody. You know, they were just scoring back and forth in the game. So if both those offenses keep running like that, I don't see any reason why both of them can't look pretty good. Now, we'll see how the defense holds up for Dallas against additional teams that are, you know, continuing. They have on their upcoming slate. Let's take a look at the Cowboys' upcoming schedule if we can. So they got, I'm guessing it's the Giants in New York, at the Bears, home against Green Bay. All right, which one of these New York? Why is it saying NY? Not telling me which one. All right, yes, the Giants the first time. And then, let's see, where were we? All right, yeah. And then is this? All right, and then they go to the Jets as well. So they go to New York twice this year against the Giants and against the Jets. Heck, do they go to Buffalo too? Might as well, right? They got Washington coming up, which, oh yeah, anybody out there want to flying low? Good morning to you. They can easily start off 0-4. Yeah, they could. Yeah, I mean, again, they go 0-1 against Philly. They could lose at New York against the Giants. They could lose. I mean, They're home against the Giants. I'm sorry. They're home against the Giants the first time. They go to Chicago. Depending on how Chicago's looking, they could lose that game. Home against Green Bay. That's Micah coming back to Dallas. Sunday night. Is that going to be Sunday night or Monday night? 8:20. 8:20, I think, is normally the Sunday night game. September 28th. Yeah, that'll be a Sunday night. So that'll be an interesting game right there. You know, all eyes are going to be on that. Micah going back to Dallas. They go to the Jets, to Carolina. So depending on, again, how their offense, if their offense continues to run the way that it ran against Philly, then, they could probably make these games at least competitive if they don't win one. Yeah, home against the Giants, they could probably, get that. At Chicago, that should be a competitive game. Green Bay coming back to Dallas, that should be a competitive game. Going to the Jets, I don't know. I don't know much about the Jets this year. Oh, hold on. You want to stay cammed up, bro, or you can go down, whatever you want to do. Salute to the homie ears. Say something real quick. I want to see if I can hear you, man.
Oh, what's good? What's good?
See, I can't hear you.
What
the hell is going on with my sound? It's on my end. I can't hear my sound through the computer for some reason. Cause I can hear you on coming through YouTube, but I don't know why I can't hear sound through my computer right now.
Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. Somebody tell him to make sure he on.
Yeah, I'm on the stage. It was something I noticed it earlier when I was playing my intro. I couldn't hear it. Yeah, I hear you fine, ears.
He gonna have to check his audio. Probably wherever you got everything playing through, whatever your media source is. I'll let you go on with the show though until you hold on, he went down for a minute. So I'll wait till he get back. But what's good, everybody? It is the Iceberg Show, man, the fantasy football show. We about to have a good year of watching the Cowboys collapse all over again. Oh, okay, he back. But Iceberg, I'm gonna let you go ahead with the show. I don't want to slow up the show. You know, I know how that audio stuff can be, irritating. So, and it could throw you off. So I'm gonna just go ahead and drop back down.
Keep on talking, bro.
All right. I'll wait till you get. Yeah, y'all, man.
Keep on talking, bro. I'm gonna try to.
I got you. I
hope we don't drop down
for
yet.
a minute
I was gonna say keep on talking, and
yeah, I got you.
If you keep talking, I'm gonna try to get it fixed while you talking.
All right, bet. I'm gonna keep it going while you figure that out, and then you'll know. So y'all, we get to watch the Cowboys yet again collapse in front of everybody. Yeah. We watched the Cowboys out there on the field. Nobody on the team couldn't catch. Dak had 4th and 3, and he tried to throw for a damn home run hit. They traded their best damn player. Just trash. They might as well just sell their tickets out the trash can. But anyway, man. So hopefully, if we got anybody that's in the audience, which I'm pretty sure is, that's in the fantasy football league, I'm pretty sure Iceberg about to go over it. We on season number 3. of the fantasy football league. We got the $25 and $100. Had some players play, man. It's Kansas City. Anybody that had Xavier Worthy is probably pissed off right now because Xavier Worthy got hurt on the third damn play of the game. The third play of the game. Fucked up anybody that got him on their fantasy team. I'm talking about he ain't getting out 1 point. And then you got A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts ain't passed a ball, man. Damn. Wait. Feel worthy if you had Dante Smith, the other wide receiver for Philadelphia, you in big trouble. You in big trouble. Because, you know, all three of them started out bad. The running back for the Chargers, he didn't start out bad because I guess bad would be you getting no points, but he only got like 8 points. If you had Najee Harris, he ain't do shit. If you had only people on the Cowboys that actually probably got you some points and actually looked impressive was the Cowboys running backs. Javonte Williams, I believe his name is, that used to play for Denver last year. He did pretty good. If you had him on fantasy, you probably looking pretty good starting off. He had 2 touchdowns, I believe. So I don't know if he had 100 yards, but he definitely had 2 touchdowns. So that'll get you a nice start. I had Patrick Mahomes in one of my leagues. Patrick Mahomes, you know, scored in the mid-20s. So if you had Patrick Mahomes, you say, see, I didn't check CeeDee Lamb because I don't got CeeDee Lamb. Say CeeDee Lamb got 19 points, so he did pretty good. If you got George Pickens, you probably pissed the fuck off. I don't know when you picked him, but if you got George Pickens, you're probably mad. He wasn't productive at all. Cowboys defense, I don't think nobody picked the Cowboys defense, but you might have picked Philly defense. And I don't think Philly did enough to get you any points. They probably got you 5 points. So that probably was a disappointment to you. Saquon Barkley, he did get 16 points. I mean, it's not the most, but it ain't the best. But I mean, I'll take 16 over 8 any day. So you might have got you a good start with Saquon. So those two teams that we had start off, we had the Cowboys versus Philly. I think I've called out most of the major players. The tight end for Philly, he didn't get you any points. The tight end for Dallas, I have the tight end for Dallas on my team. And I had Dak Prescott as my starting quarterback like a dumbass. And Dak Prescott let me down. This joker has, I think it's 6 fantasy points. I'm talking about didn't pass freaking touchdown. Well, it wasn't his fault because I watched Ferguson drop a touchdown in the end zone, so but besides that, he didn't throw any passing touchdowns. He might have had like 200 something passing yards, but it didn't get me anything. Jalen Hurts killed my pool ticket, not my pool ticket, but a Hard Rock bet ticket that I had. I betted that he would throw for 217 yards. So if you had him on fantasy, you got a little bit of points because he ran 2 touchdowns. So you got a little bit of points for him for running touchdowns, but you didn't get too much pass production out of him. And who else did we have? Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert did really good. I think he passed for over 300 yards. I know for sure he had 2 touchdowns. I don't know. I think he had 2 touchdowns. So if you had Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, you did good. If you had Dak Prescott like me, like a dumbass, I don't know. The computer picked him, so I just went on and played him. If you had Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts did okay, not good. If you had Dak Prescott, you did horrible. If you had any of the Dallas Cowboys running back, Javonte Williams, you probably did good on your running back, but you probably didn't start him. Nobody started him. If you had Saquon Barkley, he did okay. If you had what was the other 2 running backs? Isaiah Pacheco from Kansas City. You didn't do good. He had an okay game, but you didn't get any touchdowns. If you had the either running back from the Chargers, they got a little bit of yardage, but neither one of them scored touchdowns. McCunkley, he did okay, and Keenan Allen didn't do shit. Chargers defense, I think they had like 7 points. So far, hey, only people that got you some points is Saquon, Javonte Williams, and Patrick Mahomes.
Salute,
Can
bro.
you hear me now, Iceberg?
Yeah, I can. Salute, bro. Appreciate you holding it down. Let me welcome
No
a couple
problem,
people
man.
in really quickly. Dang, as a hope of the people came in. Let me speak to the people. Capo Hen. Salute, Capo Hen in the building. Good morning to you, bro. Douglas Alvarenga, good morning. Salute. Flying low. I think I spoke to you earlier. Salute. Good morning. Boom. Let me make sure I'm speaking to everybody. All right, Ronald Jones, good morning to you.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
My bad. I see somebody in the chat saying that with Xavier Worthy going down, Hollywood gonna look real good. I agree, and I think Kelsey gonna get more pickup, and Gray is probably gonna get more of a workload. And they also got Juju Smith-Schuster, so I think he's gonna be hot on the board too.
What's up, Iceberg? What's up, Ears? Fuck
What up, Ronald Jones?
Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce couldn't even get me 55 yards, 50 yards.
Yeah, but he did okay in the regular season one because I think he got like 10 or 11 points. And shit, that's all right for a tight end.
Yeah. Somebody who I playing, my first opponent got 12.7 for Travis Kelce. So yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, that's decent because tight ends are tight. Like, man, if you get 10 points out of tight end, you better be happy.
Yeah, that's decent. The kicker too that messed me up. But rise up, Falcons. Today's gonna be a marvelous
kick that nigga
day.
off the stage, bro.
Hey, today's gonna be a marvelous day. Is everybody playing in their division today or something?
Just about. Not everybody, but just about everybody.
Falcon. Buck that shit down.
Bucks Falcons.
Yeah, we want to know.
Oh, he calling 1-0 already.
I guarantee.
He won't put his money where his mouth is.
Oh, you have to get you a Buccaneers fan. Ears, you stole me $20 from the last bet we did.
Man, I owe you shit, nigga. I proved that my bet. I was right, but we ain't getting into that. We talking sports.
Yeah, that's a different subject. I mean, I bet you 20 again, so I know. Well, make it 10 this time, so I know you'll pay me.
Man, cut it out. All right, you ain't got no cash out. But anyway, man, what you got next, Iceberg?
Hey, I guess we talking about Bucks Falcons since we got a Bucks fan and a Falcons fan here. We were going to preview the games, and hey, that's the first game showing on the 1:00 slate. So what's going on? Because like I said, I don't know about all these teams this year. Both my fantasy teams were on auto draft, so I'm gonna have to make the best out of it. I'm just gonna have to show y'all what I can do with auto drafted teams.
Right.
Damn,
I'm in about 6 leagues, bro. I'm trying to juggle all of them.
I ain't in that much. Oh, I play FanDuel. I am in one league, but I play FanDuel and Underdog. I got banned on Prize Pick.
How you get banned? How you get banned?
That's crazy. But yeah, man, my Bucks. I feel like this gonna be a close game, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna act like we just gonna whip up on the niggas. Atlanta did beat us twice last year. I gotta acknowledge that. I mean, but they set their ass home in the playoffs. So it's not like Atlanta is a breeze for us. They definitely know how to, play us. We are missing a couple of wide receivers. Well, no, we're missing one wide receiver, which was a rookie last year. So I don't know how much of an impact he would have been, but I do believe he would have been an extra threat for us. We is gonna be starting Ibuka, the new rookie that we got from Ohio State in the draft. He's gonna be our number 2. We are missing Chris Godwin. So we're missing two important wide receivers,
I'm
but we
looking at
still
y'all
got a lot of
team.
weapons.
Y'all got a good squad.
Hey, I'm looking at this
They got
line.
Bucky Irvin.
Right now, they got Tampa Bay favored at Atlanta. So what's going on, Atlanta? Talking all
But it's
this
only
shit.
it's only a point though. It's only a point.
So it's basically
Atlanta
even.
at Atlanta though.
But home field, home field should always have
Atlanta should be at least
getting
not if you the conference champions. I mean, you know,
Atlanta should be favored in this game at home. They should at least be getting a 3-point home favorite, you would think.
Right.
But no, Tampa Bay favored on the road. So
because they're not really, because if you look at the roster, they looking at the roster, you know, Tampa, if Tampa was at home, they probably give us about 5.
That's what I'm saying. So they're saying Tampa a better team than Atlanta, in my opinion.
Right. Overall,
that's what I'm saying from that.
Better team. Because you got to remember,
they got
Atlanta got a second-year quarterback.
Right. That's what I was going to ask y'all about this. You know, the Baker Mayfield, Michael Penix. You know, I know Penix is young. Baker he been around, obviously. He been running that team for a few years now. Is he going to be what Baker we going to get this year?
I think we're going to get an excited Baker because, like I say, he got new weapons. You know, you got Bucky Irvin and White back there, so of course
he better get excited week 2.
The run game and the pass game.
He better get excited week 2.
Who they play?
He ain't gonna get excited. He ain't gonna be excited week 1. Not against them Dirty Birds. I'm sorry, not against them Dirty Birds.
But they usually always have a when we play Atlanta, it's usually always a pick 'em. You know, it's never like they're saying that we're gonna beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's a rivalry game.
Y'all lost. We own y'all, and we beat y'all twice last year. Y'all had Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans.
And we still went to the playoffs. Y'all didn't. So I'm just saying.
I mean, our division is trash. I rock with Obuku.
Yeah, because y'all win it. That's why.
Ohio State, right?
y'all the ones who go to the playoffs and blow a 28-point lead. I mean, come on, bro. We go to Super Bowl. We go to Super Bowl win. We go to Super Bowl beat the shit out of motherfuckers. Y'all go to Super Bowl and fuck it up for the whole goddamn
First of all, y'all
franchise.
First championship y'all won in the 90s. Y'all deep.
No, it didn't, bro. We lost all through the 90s. Our first championship we won in 2002, bro.
I mean 2000.
We had the best defense ever on paper, nigga.
Right.
Get it right.
No, y'all.
And then we just won another one, nigga. Get it right.
Y'all did not have the best defense.
But we ain't gonna spend the whole day going back and forth about them, man. We got a lot of teams to get through. And fantasy to get through.
Oh man, I like it. I love that.
It is, man, though.
Yeah. But you know, we don't want to take over the whole show going back and forth.
You don't know about the Steel Curtain.
We probably the only fans of those teams.
The Ravens had the best defense ever. I don't care what nobody said.
We probably the only fans of these two teams, so I'm pretty sure everybody don't want to hear us bigger back and forth about just those two teams. So
it's sports talk.
Shout out to Jimmy McFly in the building.
I seen Iceberg go 6-7 hours doing this show.
Hey, Jimmy McFly, I just text you. I got one person in the league that didn't pay. So if you want that team, I can transfer it to you. Look at that team I just sent you.
Shout out to the junk talk about your team. Shout out to the fantasy talk, man. Hey, I love it. Like I said, and the link is pinned. We can probably get 10 on the panel. So if anybody has anything to add on any of these games, feel free to jump in at any point in time. What do y'all know about Steelers and Jets? Because this whole Aaron Rodgers and all that shit, I'm not buying it.
Okay, I am, because Aaron Rodgers got DK Metcalf now, and he got a defense that can give him back the ball. Aaron Rodgers, I think he can get through his head that he ain't got to do it all this year. He can just do enough to let them play. They got a good little combination of running backs. We know about their defense with Fitzpatrick back there, and now they got the hometown homie Darius Slay. So the Steelers got a hell of a defense. Now, as far as the Jets, they got your boy Justin Fields, and I think he is developing, and his legs.
Shout out to that Georgia Bulldog.
His legs is always a threat, and not only he got legs, he got Jared Wilson out there, and and they got a good running back. So I don't think it's gonna. I think I'm taking the Steelers at the end of the day because I think they got more weapons. But I say it's going to be 27-17. Steelers.
I'm
You think
100%
the Steelers have more weapons? Is that what you just said?
In my opinion. What you about to say, Bert?
I only can name 2 weapons.
I'm 100% selling on this Aaron Rodgers experiment. I mean, I don't buy Aaron Rodgers anymore. I kind of sold on him a couple years ago.
But I don't think you buying on the Jets though. So I mean, this week, I think I think I don't know. The Jets do got a decent defense.
Mm-hmm. And it's in New York. It's raining there. I'm looking at Sal Palantonio on ESPN right now. It's raining up there. It's gonna be a messy game, probably. So I'm selling on Aaron Rodgers on the whole season. I'm just talking about on the season as a whole, not game by game, but on the season as a whole. I'm selling on Aaron Rodgers.
Blind Low, you do got a good point. You got a good point. He did have weapons last year.
I remember last year I was playing underdog. And I had Aaron Rodgers. It was the first game, just like how it is, this first Sunday, the first game. Oh, it might have been on the Thursday night, actually. This fool, he had the toys Achilles or something.
I remember I picked him first overall. And I picked him early and he got hurt.
And you know how it is an underdog where if you play a snap, he's like the bet locked in.
Yeah.
Man, he played like 2 snaps, did that dumb shit. Man,
I had that happen with Xavier Worthy last night. 3 snaps and that nigga was out of there.
And the funny thing about that was, one sec. The funny thing about that was those was one of those bets where all that person had need was like a half a yard.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man.
Oh man.
So Darryl Fenton, it's kind of a little early to ask questions like this because it's week 1. I mean, you got to make your choice on who you like best at those positions from the quarterback that they have.
From my opinion, I would start Sutton in that flex position with the options that you have, bro. Yeah, I think he's gonna be the number 1 receiver for Denver. Some people would start Sutton, but he's gonna be the number 1 receiver in Denver. So yeah, I definitely want to always have somebody who's gonna get a lot of value.
I don't know,
a lot of catches and shit. Or gonna get the most catches.
Oh, Bo Nix, that Auburn boy.
I got you, Jimmy. Give me a second. I'm smoking my blunt. I'm gonna go back in the house and I'm gonna send you that email.
Shout out to Roy Lee.
Yeah, I got Lamar Jackson. Let me tell y'all my.
Man, if you ain't in the goddamn league, we don't want to know your team. You're supposed to join our league. The hell we want to know your league, your team for you ain't join the league 3 years straight.
I was trying to join. Iceberg never sent me the information.
Iceberg wasn't supposed to send you no information.
Hey, ain't it crazy how they watch everything I do until we talking about the fantasy? Then all of a sudden you don't see it.
Iceberg wasn't supposed to send nobody any information.
I did talk to you about it, though.
I posted that thing for a month straight.
Shout out to Roy Lee. What's going on, brother?
So Iceberg, what's the next game we got, bro?
I ain't want to interrupt you.
Oh no,
what's
you good?
Going on?
Oh,
what's
okay.
Going on,
we got somebody else up there.
Ears. What's up, Ronald?
What's good?
Yo.
All right, so yeah, we talked about
Roy Lee.
Yeah, who you like, Roy Lee?
Out of the Steelers and the Jets, I don't like the Jets. Just like you said, I'm not sold on the Aaron Rodgers in the long term. But right now, in the short term, because Justin Fields been in and out of the injuries, dealing with injuries and stuff. So I could see him struggling today. But in the long term, I don't think the Steelers. DK Metcalf as to me, he's not an upgrade over George Pickens. Yeah, George Pickens just had all the issues with his attitude issues. That's what made George Pickens hard to deal with.
Hey, bro, real quick, you got that frog mic sound. I don't know if you need to adjust the audio setting or drop down and come back up.
Hold on, let me see.
Hey, while he getting that right, I disagree that he ain't an upgrade. I mean, he ain't a huge upgrade, but DK Metcalf is definitely an upgrade from George Pickens because DK Metcalf done proved himself. George Pickens ain't proved shit.
And
That's the
I
only
mean,
person the Steelers got
George
is
Pickens
DK.
only been around. Okay, is it better? Iceberg. I think it was.
Yeah,
It had
yeah,
it
you
on
good.
my iPhone. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, George. DK benefited a lot from being with Tyler Lockett all those years. You never seen how DK Metcalf is as a solid one.
That's facts.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with these brothers. I have to agree with these brothers' ears. I'm not sold on this Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf.
There's only Metcalf over there.
But
That's
George
what I was
Pickens,
about to say. Once they traded Pickens, that's what made me. And plus, Aaron Rodgers had Devontae. He had what's his name?
he had
He
some
had
nice receivers
yeah,
last
he
year.
had
He did
Garrett
those things.
Wilson. Yeah, exactly. Garrett Wilson, his receiver. Can't remember his name right now. From the Packers,
I agree.
Lazard. Yeah, like he had way better with him last year, and he
Yeah,
struggled.
he had brought him with him.
But I
Yeah.
think it's a coaching thing too. I think that Mike Tomlin will put him in a position and give him the type
I
of
was just about
my
to
bad,
say the
y'all. And
opposite. Yeah,
give him the type of plays and the shit that he
Nah.
can work with
Nah,
them.
nah,
Let him
yeah.
like game
the
manage.
reason why I don't like a coach like Mike Tomlin with Aaron Rodgers is because Aaron Rodgers already gets away with too much. Right now, he's a diva. It's
Exactly.
kind of like he runs the team.
He's
So
gonna do what he
a
wants.
player's exactly. A player's coach ain't gonna benefit Rodgers right now. He needs the truth.
Right.
Like he's been washed the last few years.
Right. Mike Tomlin gonna get the offense coordinator call the play. Aaron Rodgers gonna audible out, do what he want.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I
can
see
see
that
him
causing
getting tired
issues.
of it in 1 year where he had to deal with the Aaron Rodgers questions
Yeah, that's a 1 year thing.
every game. Yep.
But bro, he had to
That's
deal with Big Ben though. I'm saying if he could deal with Big Ben, not just only his attitude or whatever, just the fact that a superstar and an
Big
older
Ben is
But
player.
they
younger, though.
created
I
Ben
mean,
yeah,
though.
but
Mike
I
Tomlin,
was about to
created
say
Ben.
Big
all them
Ben was with
younger.
him from the start, so that's a
Yeah.
different
He created
situation.
Ben.
Yeah.
He was there first before Tomlin came. Mike Dick
He
was
was
it Dick?
young.
No, not Dick. It was
You
the other
talking
dude.
about
No, I thought he was there from the beginning because he won
Nah,
a
it was
ring
the white dude was
and
there,
Ben
then they
was a
fired
rookie.
him. The white dude was there, then they fired him, and then Tomlin
no,
came in. But Big Ben had been there for like a year or two.
I give somebody $20, they tell me what college Big Ben went to.
All right, I'll take it. He went to
yeah. I
Ohio,
know.
Miami,
Miami,
Ohio.
Ohio.
Let me get my money, bitch.
Yeah. But hey, say 40.
I meant to
Because we
say-
said it at the same time.
I
Say
said
40.
no, but yeah, it gotta
Miami,
go.
Ohio.
It go back. It go back. Go back. Y'all said at the same time. Go back.
Go back. What you mean? We got it right.
Yeah, we said Miami, Ohio.
No, yeah, y'all said it at the same time.
Right. So you owe both of us $20.
So you owe both of us.
No,
Appreciate your
I
acknowledgement,
said the
man.
first person to tell me it was a tie.
I know, so you owe both of us. Cause you recognize that both of us got it right without having to Google or nothing.
Right. At the same
No,
You
I'm
said I
time.
get.
surprised.
You
No,
ain't say
y'all
just
did that.
you ain't just say just ears or just Iceberg. You say I get anybody.
I was talking
You
about the
said
chat
anybody
too,
$20. So everybody that knew.
Oh, you talking about
No,
the chat too?
but no,
you
y'all
owe
two
Jimmy
was the tie.
McFly too.
No, I didn't read it yet. I'm surprised y'all know that. Okay.
We watch football. So let me get my money.
As long as I owe you, you'll never go broke. But you owe me, so we even.
But anyway, who we got next, Bird?
All right. So next up, Miami at Indy.
I'm
very
staying
excited
away
about
from that
this.
game when it comes to betting. But
I'm not
as far
excited
as
about
I
this at
gotta
all.
pick somebody, I'm gonna go with are they in Indy or Miami?
They're in Indy, so it's
I'm
indoor
going-
game.
I'm gonna go with Indy on that.
Tua and Daniel Jones.
I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
why
a
I'm gonna go
tough
with
one.
Indy because I just feel like I think Indy got a good enough defense to guard Miami, and Daniel Jones is better than what is said. He been making mistakes, but I believe if he can, eliminate the mistake, that boy dangerous, man. And I
Okay,
believe,
I
This
believe
his
he
first
is
year
too.
with
And,
them,
and,
man.
and the reason why I believe Daniel Jones might be good this year is because if you look at Daniel Jones' best years in
New
New
York.
York, it was when Saquon Barkley. Right now he's got Taylor. You know,
Yeah,
they're gonna feed the
right.
ball to Taylor, and he's gonna benefit off of the play action again, like he did with Saquon. So that's why I do give them a better chance because I like on paper I like that
okay,
potential.
Roy Lee. I see you.
And they got a good
No,
defense.
yeah,
So
I
if
watch
they can
football a
stop
lot.
Miami, I believe they can really put up some points because they ain't got no trash ass wide receivers. Michael Pittman Jr. and they got a new tight end that everybody excited about. So they got an all right team and they was doing okay even with Richardson at some points and Flacco. So when you give them some good quarterback play, which I ain't saying Daniel Jones ain't garbage to me. I think he good enough to if he can limit like the fumbles and shit he be doing. I think he good enough to do his thing. But he really is tough. I seen that with my own. He got Danny Dimes from doing that shit to us in Tampa Bay. So I know when he doing his thing, he can be really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Shout out to Jimmy
Yo,
McFly in the building.
the algorithm is here.
Salute.
Who that Jimmy Fly?
Yeah.
Salute. What's up, Ron? What's up, Ice? What's up, Ear? What's up,
What's up?
Rolly?
What's going
Yeah.
on?
Who your team is?
Oh, the
Jimmy
Chargers just
McFly.
beat us the other night, Rondo. I don't know.
The Chargers just beat you. I
He
forgot
Kansas
who they
City.
beat.
Hey, Kansas City fan.
Who your team is, Roy Lee?
I've been a Steelers fan from young.
Them ain't no Cowboy
You know, by
fans.
Come on, man. Ain't
Lovelace.
nobody do
I'm
no
from the
cowboy.
Carolinas, so
Lovelace.
I'm from the Carolinas, so I was forced to be a Panthers fan because they were just coming around when we were born and shit.
Oh
Well, I'm talking
yeah.
about that's the luck of the draw there, boy.
So
Goddamn.
you a Panthers fan?
Yeah, being
Yeah,
from
I,
brothers, you might as well be a Jaguar fan because they was born, when I was, coming up.
Yeah, see, I never shared the
Yeah.
49ers when I was in Carolina when they birthed that team, but I didn't pick them up. I kept the 49ers.
no, I was gonna say if you look at kid pictures and shit, of course I wasn't dressing myself, but I had a bunch more Panther gears. But I ended up
Hmm.
being a Steelers fan more from Jerome Bettis.
What's a real
Of the
spot?
bus.
So who
I
we got?
remember watching that Super Bowl.
So who we got coming up, Bert?
All right, so yeah, Miami, Indy ain't a whole lot more to talk about
Yeah.
that. Carolina, Jacksonville. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see year two of Bryce Young. Trevor
So
Lawrence. Unfortunately, I got him on one of my fantasy teams. What it is, what it is. We'll see what he's looking
so
like with his
as a
receiving
starting
crew.
quarterback.
The
Hey,
other
bro,
team
I
I don't
said
suck.
think that's a
my teams
bad
was
thing.
auto drafted.
Somebody
Oh,
got an
somebody got
echo.
a background noise. I'm not sure who that is.
Damn me, my bad.
Okay.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, so hey, like I said, I had the auto draft. Both my teams were auto
How much
drafted,
you
so it is what it
projected?
is. I don't know. I ain't worried
I
about
don't think that's a
projections.
bad thing, Bert, because somebody still got it back some kind of echo.
Somebody got an echo. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Keep on talking ears. I'll see if I can see
All right.
who's thinking.
Because I actually think Trevor Lawrence gonna get it together this year. You know what I mean? And I feel like he got a number one receiver with Brian Thomas and everything. And I don't know what Travis Hunter gonna do, but I'm pretty sure they'll slide him in there every now and then. But they definitely got a good collection of running backs. And they got Tampa Bay old offensive coordinator from last year who kind of, made Bucky start looking good and start making our offense look, real potent. So I think Jacksonville gonna come out with a different type of offense that we ain't seen before, a little faster. So I like Jacksonville this year in the AFC.
Yeah,
Good morning, Carl
I
Belton.
want,
Salute to you.
What?
I want to see what they look like with a new scheme too. Cause like Etienne, that boy cold.
Right,
So
and I think they got
the
somebody that know how to use
Oh,
them and utilize
please.
them now.
ESPN
They
reported
don't have
21 hours ago that they plan to play Hunter as an every down wide receiver in week 1. So we'll see what that looks like with Travis Hunter at wide receiver on every down in week 1.
I don't think
Travis
that's a good
Hunter.
idea.
If he
I think he
does
gonna
that, then
stretch the field.
I'm
I
sold on
think
him
him and
being
Trevor gonna
Travis
stretch the
Hunter is
field.
trash.
if he's doing that, then I'm sold on him being nothing more than a slot corner because there's no way you telling me this dude gonna be running with Justin Jefferson on one side of
Oh,
the
he
On
field.
ain't.
one
They got
side,
Brian. They got the Brian Thomas, bro. He
They
gonna
got
be the
Brian
number one.
Thomas.
He just gonna be like a number 3, and which is gonna be perfect. Like having him as a slot, like man, he gonna get downfield and those drag routes and stuff like that. Man, he's
Do
gonna be
you see
dangerous,
him? Do you see his route running?
I wasn't too impressed with it.
bro. You ain't
Yeah.
been at the practice every day, bro. People will show one little bad clip and
Yeah, you're right about
That,
that, but I'm
you
just
know.
saying,
that's all I need to see.
Obviously, if the coach has been seeing this man day in and day out, and they say, "Hey, you better off right here," than he
look,
is
I'm just basing it
focusing
off
in
the
on
college.
defense.
His college, he was more known for his shutdown ability, but when he got in NFL, now they were trying to make him become more of a receiver. That's the part I don't like. Like
I want to
it's
see
almost
if it
like
was.
He's not a
now it's
receiver.
almost like he's a better receiver than he is a corner.
I want to see if it was more of a Shador thing than a Travis thing.
Yeah, so
I think
Schefter
if they
reported
just
that
recognize
yesterday.
his best abilities and just like, you know what, we can use you wherever you're gonna be able to fit, and then you can throw people off by thinking, because I believe he's gonna be on defense sometimes when they need him, like
He
probably in
can't
pass
play
situations.
offense
Look,
or
hey,
defense.
here's
He
the
is
article here.
But
trash.
Here's the
true
article
is,
here.
but
Schefter
I do
reported
think
it
it's going.
yesterday. Schefter reported it yesterday. He's going to be an every down wide receiver and a situational corner.
See, that's what I don't like. I don't believe that if he
It's the
was
first
drafted
line.
late in the first round, I would agree with that. But to be drafted number 2 at a wide receiver, you're supposed to be like Megatron or one of them, like a situational corner
Exactly.
and a third string wide receiver. That's not a justified number 2 pick. Then it's kind of
I
almost
think it
admitting,
is
and right
because
now you messed up.
what you want to do is you want the best player, like the best athlete, period. Like whether he
Bro,
a
do you
wide
see?
receiver,
But
like
do you see
he
how
was
many
the
times
best.
No, I don't.
Trevor Lawrence has been sacked, and you telling me that Travis Hunter would be a better option than getting a pass protector at the number 2 pick? That's what I'm talking about. Just
I
at
get
that.
you.
I can't
But
wait till
timing,
somebody
but
But that
ball.
would
timing, but
only
timing
apply
can
if you
change.
feel like there was a pass protector in the draft that was worth going over to just
Worth
I
the
going
ready to see
for.
one
overall
of them
player. Period.
linebackers rock him coming
But
up that
it
middle.
was,
That's
and
what I
they
want to
passed up
see.
on him. But what I'm saying is that it comes down to a timing thing too as a quarterback too, because a lot of those sacks could beat you for holding that ball too long.
Yeah, now that's true. He
Big
does
fact.
have that problem. But like I said, they had more bigger holes to fill than wide receiver, wide receiver slot corner. They sucked on both sides on the line, whether it was pass protection or rushing.
It definitely, I agree there. And I definitely agree with him when he say he hold the ball too long. Cause I watch a lot of Jacksonville games and Trevor Lawrence do hold. I already feel like he got a slow release. Like, or I ain't gonna say a slow release, but he got like one of them Brian Leftwich kind of
Gotta be
releases.
too
You know what I
perfect.
mean? So, it just sometimes if he hold the ball too long, he do take a lot of sacks, and I feel like sometimes they unnecessary. And I feel like he don't run enough. And I think somebody made him stop running, and I'm hoping that he started taking off more.
So that's what your lineup looks like for the Jaguars. Coming out week 1, ETN, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, Dayami Brown is the other wide receiver, and then
I
Brenton
think he went to
Strange at tight
Miami.
end.
You know what I've been finding strange, Iceberg? A
What's
lot
that?
of people left ETN on
North
the
North
Carolina.
Carolina.
bench. I mean, in the free agent pool. Like, it's like everybody's scared to touch him.
That team is trash. Oh my gosh.
Brian
I
Black,
don't
good
know
morning
none
to
of
you.
these. I don't know none of these cats. Travis Hunter is trash to me.
Like I said, I don't think the man trash,
I
but he
don't think he's
definitely
a
not
good wide
number 2 pick.
receiver. Yeah, I don't think he's a good wide receiver because he can't run routes, and he's not like he's 6'4", 6'5", or something like that. Like for real, like a Megatron. So it's like you're
He
not gonna
got
be good as
quick
a
feet
wide
though, runner.
receiver.
He
And,
got quick feet though, runner.
Why
and
you
that's it.
depend
He's
on
a
with
salsa dancer
Megatron, bro? Why he can't just be a Bishop Shipley or something?
because they
No,
Bro?
was
when I
Why he
picked that
I
can't
didn't
just be
high. How
compare
you
them,
a?
but
mean?
I just
Because
Why he
they was
can't be
picked
a?
when
that
you pick a
high.
wide receiver that
Why
high,
he
he's
can't be
got to be
a?
a generational talent at wide receiver like
Nah,
Megatron.
I
Nah,
agree with
Like,
that. I agree
you
with
look
that.
at
They
can.
picked him at number 2, so he got to do some number 2 shit out there
yes,
now.
like that.
Right.
Look at how low
And
Justin Jefferson
he's
fell.
cornerback. Listen, I will not put that man on defense. That man's gonna get himself
That
killed.
man.
A figure of
I
speech.
felt like he was too small on defense anyway. But
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah, shit.
Man,
I
it's
can't
not
see
too
it
him.
gonna
bad.
be some toast out there with some gel on it, but I promise
I ain't lying. Especially if
Yeah,
Derrick Henry get a hold on.
I was about to say that too, but Derrick Henry, like
Any running back.
99.9% of them gonna get got.
Yeah, that's true. But any running back get a hold on. That man is small. And I ain't gonna get in this person's life, a damn clown.
Shout out to Carl Belton on that $20 super chat. He said,
salute
salute
Carl
Iceberg
Bell.
Thoughts. It don't even matter. Football Sunday is back. Salute to Carl Belton on that $20 super chat. I appreciate
Oh,
you,
it
bro.
matters. That's why we
look,
here,
Carl, bro.
Carl. It matters, Carl. That's why we here, man.
But
Hey, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, I love
I'm
that.
a
I love
I'm
the
a
conversation.
I'm
So,
a
I
I'm
Hey,
mean,
a I'm a sports guru. That's all I
me
do is
too.
watch sports. I've been
Iceberg,
watching
you got to
sports
get
since
your
the
drop.
90s.
You got to get your
I
drop and say,
remember
and we're back.
and we're
I
back.
remember
All
my
right.
first I remember my first Super Bowl 1999. I was 9 years old. That's
Okay.
how long I was watching sports.
So I'll go back to way before that. So what are you saying? I told you I
yeah,
was a 49ers fan in the late 80s when they was actually
I
winning
think I'm
Super
the
Bowls and
same
shit.
age as Ronald, so yeah, it's probably about the same that I can remember because of
I'm
course at
surprised
that
you're not
time
a
we like
Falcon
5 or
fan,
6.
man.
Who me? I did like
Yeah, you grew up
yeah, I
watching Vic.
liked
I
when
knew you
they
had Michael Vick
yeah, I was about
jerseys.
to say Vic was a cheat code in Madden, boy. I
Oh
love playing
yeah,
with the Vic, yeah.
he was. Only thing is he had fumble a lot, but you got to
Definitely.
catch
But
him.
shit, you couldn't catch him. Yeah, I was about to say.
So we talked a
Yeah.
lot about the players in the game and the Jaguar side of things. Not much mention on the Panthers, so I don't think y'all sold them. Like I said, I don't think they're going to do anything. I'm just interested to see what Bryce Young does this year. I don't
No, I
expect
see
them to
them
make any
being no
noise or
better than
anything.
I see them no better than being third best in the division. In the division, trash anyway. So, I mean, it's
Who
pretty
go?
much going to be Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Pretty much, that's going to be the race. But the Saints dead last. Like
Well, as far as my opinion about Carolina, man, I feel like the end of last season they got better.
they got better,
They
definitely.
were starting to play some good ball, running the ball. Chuba Hubbard, I think he is pretty good. They do got another young running back there. He was cooking all last year because I think he had an injury and he was supposed to get some playing time, but they held him off to this year. I think they're gonna have a mean running game and take some pressure off of Bryce Young. They do got a new wide receiver, big wide receiver too. We call him T-Mac.
Yeah, T
And
Mac.
so they might look a little new this year. Their defense wasn't horrible last year. They just couldn't
And
keep up
Bryce
with
Young
nobody.
didn't regress. He's actually been getting better.
Right. I seen them stick with teams like Cincinnati last year. I seen them stick with some decent teams. It wasn't like they was getting like mollywop, and but he was getting sacked a lot. So if they address the offensive line, which I'm not 100% sure because I ain't checked with them, but if they address that and they don't have to pass as much and they can stick to the running game and stop a little bit, they could squirrel. You know what I'm saying? Them boys today. You know what I'm saying? Just to make a little statement if they can control the game.
Because Jacksonville known for dropping games like
Yeah,
this.
they could squirrel
Definitely.
Jacksonville
Yeah.
if they
If
make
they lose,
Jacksonville get one
if Jack,
dimensional. I feel like Jacksonville always get away from their running game, and they know damn well they ain't got no passing game. So it just depends on if them teams come
Not even
out
with Travis
and
Hunter is.
stick. He ain't gonna make too much of a difference. I don't think they too much of a difference from last year, but I don't think Jacksonville was a bad team last year. I felt like last year they had some bad coaching decisions. So with them having a new offensive coordinator, I think Jacksonville gonna be better. But at the same time, I think Carolina gonna be better too. It just matters who's gonna come out with a good game plan. But I'm gonna pick Jacksonville, but I ain't gonna act like that they gonna scrub across Carolina. It's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, I mean, if they get some if the quarterback and these receivers can actually start, making some connections or whatever, I mean, they got some decent names at wide receiver, Jimmy Horn Jr., David Moore, he a little older, whatever, I think.
Xavier Leggett got to stop dropping big passes because he had a lot of big plays he dropped.
Yeah. So, I mean, they got Hunter Renfrow over there. I don't know if he still got anything yet,
He's
a little dude,
I think he's a good slot receiver.
Right. So I mean, they not terrible.
Nah, they got some weapons. It just if they can get it together, they can be dangerous now. So I ain't gonna sleep on Carolina.
All right, yeah. So I mean, hey, we see this game can kind of probably go either way, just depending. Because like I said, we know Tampa Bay known for drop. I mean, not Jacksonville known for dropping games.
Let me curse my team.
What's the line?
Jacksonville favored 3.5 on this one right now. They at home, so what's the weather like down there?
There were them lights that was on there.
But all right, so Giants and Commanders.
Commanders.
Now, I think Commanders going to the NFC Championship this year.
Same.
Nah, I don't think so, but I do think they can win this game because for one, they at home. Everybody healthy. They got McLaren and figured out his little contract situation. So and they got a great tight end. So I think they're gonna be good. And they're just gonna be a little too much for the Giants because the motherfuckers don't like they can't stop no passing game. So I'll go with Washington on this, but I mean New York ain't gonna be bad this year. I don't think they're gonna be bad as they used to be anyway. I don't know about it. I think it's gonna take more than one game for Russ to get out there and show something.
So I said I think they're going to the NFC Championship. I heard somebody said they agreed, and you said nah. So I would say why. I'm not going to ask you who you do have going, but why would you say no to them?
Because the conference that they in. I mean, first of all, they got to get they got to do something with Philly, and then
I think Philly's going to be there too.
Okay, so well. Yeah,
I think they're gonna get in there.
Oh, you said the conference championship.
I think they're going NFC Championship. I think it's going to be Philly against Washington.
No, that wouldn't be possible because
it is. They can get in as a wild card.
You're right.
One team can be a wild card. One team can be the champion.
You're right, but I don't think they're as good as Detroit. That's why I say that.
EP1. Good morning. D Grant. Good morning. Carlos Franklin. Good morning. You don't think Washington's as good as Detroit? You said.
But if you push us to the playoffs and let's just say both teams are healthy, I mean we'll have Godwin and McMillan back. Like I don't even think they could fuck with us. But I that's why I don't think they'll be in the championship. But I don't think they can fuck with Detroit either.
Oh, you don't think Washington can beat Tampa either, or get past Tampa in the NFC?
You crazy.
I'm not buying that. Like I said,
Salute,
Pick and Choose TV Slim. Good morning to you, bro.
With no type of money, am I buying that one here?
Man, stop.
I don't have Tampa that high.
That sound like some home team biasness right there, man.
How's that?
Yeah, he only saying
this man looked good for 1 year, and remember, even when him going to the playoffs, one of the L's that he took was from Tampa. So I mean, yeah, he nice, they nice, but I'm just saying,
y'all gonna lose today.
Detroit nice too. Detroit is nicer than them.
All right, so let's look at this.
Detroit is nice,
and Tampa nicer than both of them. I'm just saying.
No.
Oh man, yeah, you home cooking now, man. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
Man, just talking.
And Philly is nice. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
can see Ears gonna be a lick, man. I'm gonna have to keep up with Ears a
Yeah,
little
I'm gonna have to fuck
harder.
with you, Ear. I'm gonna have to get at
saying?
you,
All
boy.
right. You can start today. We got Atlanta today since you
Man,
know.
ears ain't good
Y'all
money.
No,
think
I
7-3.
don't trust Atlanta like that, bro. You know, I'm in Atlanta,
Why
bro.
not?
Hey, be hearing
Why
gonna
not?
hear a pin drop when they lose.
Why not?
I'm on
Oh,
the east.
I,
You
I
gonna
I
hear a pin
guarantee you,
drop from the
people out
west
there
side when they
tailgating.
lose. Oh,
I
automatic.
mean,
They
when we
already out there
lose, yeah,
tailgate. They already
yeah.
out there
When we
tailgate. But
lose,
what I'm
yeah.
telling you is when they lose, I'm on the east side of Atlanta. Boy, you gonna be able to hear a pin drop on the west side over here.
Yeah.
And you know, Philly ain't even looked that good this year. So I mean, if what we seen this week was gonna be a shell of what Philly is, I don't really think they look too,
I was about
impressive.
to say it's just week one, bro. They didn't look good for the first 10 weeks last year. They got hot at the end of the year.
Right. But
It's just
they
that
ain't got the same pieces from last year also though.
they stayed the
On
course.
defense, yeah, I agree with that
On the
too. But
defense. On the defense.
like I said, I just don't judge it off of week one.
Right. Yeah,
And
I
Buddy
think
got I think
that
Buddy
could have
gonna get
really
suspended because
that
he
could have
spit
really
on
beat
that.
them. That could have really beat them. It was the receivers that kept dropping the ball.
Yeah,
So
they
I can
did drop a
imagine if
lot of balls.
a team that got receivers that actually catch the ball, Philly in trouble.
I mean, we haven't seen many teams go back to back, in the NFL. It's just really hard to do. So we know Philly definitely has weaknesses, and teams are going to be looking to exploit it. Like I said, Dallas looked really good against them. If that rain delay hadn't happened, I think they would have kept going back and forth scoring. Just who was able to either get a stop or score at the end. Basically, what's going to happen in that one?
Yeah, Philly line isn't what it was last year, so now them DBs are being exposed a little more. That you can see that they got them. That's going to be their weakness, the secondary.
Right. That's where their strength was, the depth in the defensive line, because
Yeah,
that was
Sweat
allowing
gone. Yeah,
the cornerbacks to be able to move freely. But now that you got to stick your man, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Then you get rid of CDG3 out the backfield too. Slay gone. All the veterans are going back there.
Salute 40 to Splatter. You said go Colts. Yeah, it seemed like everybody was on the Colts earlier against Miami, since they are at home and, looking at the team. I think people had a little more faith in Daniel Jones than, people just generally give him credit for. So in this, everybody's on Washington in this game. They're favored by 5.5. Everybody's on Washington at home against the Giants, I believe.
Yeah, but I would probably take them five
I
and a
would take
half
the
if I
under.
was there.
So you take the Giants plus 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, closer game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's a rivalry game. That shit always
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to say
always
rivalry games. The worst team in the division can always keep up.
facts.
Right.
Week one, they don't know what they've been basing this on.
right. They basing it on predictions and not what we
Right.
seen and
And
Right.
paper.
then
What's
and
on
then the
paper.
other team having a new quarterback, Washington really don't know what the film study on. They got to try to go off of
Right.
his last team and
Mm-hmm.
shit, but they don't know how he gonna connect with the new team
Right.
or what the
Right.
Correct.
scheme
I
would be.
think I saw somewhere though Malik Neighbors dealing with some type of injuries.
Right. But
Mm.
Russ used to just throwing to any goddamn body. If you know what I'm saying? I get the Russ.
Right.
Russ on ball.
Right. Russ don't give
You
a
can get.
fuck who at
Yeah, he don't give a fuck
the
who
wide
you throw
receiver
to.
Yeah,
spot.
but that was
He'll make a bit look good now sometimes.
yeah. Now that is true, but that was young Russ. Old Russ ain't got it. Like
Yeah, Russ still be nice now, because he know the game. It just matter if he got a line. I don't know how that Giants line gonna hold up for him, but if they hold up for him, he gonna find somebody. And Slayton ain't
Right.
bad. What they got? Wandale Washington. Robinson. What his name? I think it's Robinson. He ain't bad. They got a
somebody
decent
got an
run game.
echo.
I
They
think
got
it's
a
you, Jimmy
decent run
McFarland.
game.
Oh
Yeah.
They got a
But
decent run game. I mean, shit, Giants was starting to get their shit together last year too, and only thing they was missing was a quarterback. So, I mean, but I don't think they're gonna do nothing too tough though. So yeah, we're going with Washington definitely.
Okay, because that's your looking at your wide receiver core for the Giants. I'm not really familiar, other than Neighbors. I'm not familiar with any of these guys. There's that Wandale Robinson you were talking about.
Yeah.
Darius Slayton. Okay. Not familiar with very many in their receiving core. Tight ends. Don't know any of them. Yeah, so interesting lineup. We'll just have to see how they connect. I mean, because everybody starts as no name at some point, so hey, let's see what's going on with him. Russell Wilson, like y'all said, he can connect with people, and they got Jameis Winston there too. Jameis can get out there and connect with anybody. So Giants mess around, throw Jameis out there, he'll win 2-3 games.
That's instant locker room chemistry too, though.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, you just never know with them. All right, but I think people would think Washington gonna win the game, just maybe not by that full 5.5. Looking at Cardinals and Saints. Cardinals are her favorite 6.5 in this game. I mean, everybody I think is selling on the Saints this year. I think the Saints are even selling on themselves this year, it seems like, as far as the ownership is concerned, not the players. Kyler Murray, Spencer Rattler. I mean, anybody got anything on Spencer Rattler?
Oh yeah. Now
He's a snake.
Spencer Rattler, he was like one of the top players going into college and all that shit. I think he transferred from USC to Oklahoma or some shit like that. And then but when I watched him play last year, when they threw him in kind of, at the end of the season, he didn't look bad, but at the same time, his stats didn't look good because I betted on him a couple of times or whatever. I think if the Saints defense is straight, I think they'll be able to keep up, with most teams, but I think Arizona got too much right now. Arizona gonna beat that ass.
That's crazy.
Why?
Yeah, I got them
Arizona.
being the worst team in the NFC. The Saints.
Who that? Arizona? Oh, the Saints.
Because of the Saints. I don't hardly see them winning no games.
No game.
I don't know. They might squirrel a couple of teams, but they was probably about at the bottom of the NFC.
I mean,
Man, they needed a quarterback, and they should have got Shador.
Well, the problem was, even with Spencer Rattler, he's still kind of coming into a tough spot this year. Because remember, Derek Carr was supposed to be the quarterback, and injuries forced him to retire. Exactly.
And like he just said, they should have got Shador. I don't agree to that because Shador was in college while he was in college, and he was the higher prospect. Now we got to see a lot of Shador because of, the attention and everything, and him being Deion's son. But as far as coming in as a draft, so I think they felt like shit. We already got a better draft than Shador as far as mechanics and everything.
Shador was
he ain't garbage now. Trust me. It just
man. I understand that, but wasn't Shador a Heisman candidate as well?
No, was he? I don't think so.
Yeah, he was beginning.
But I mean, that was more because of who he is, bro. This dude was the high. I mean, his first year in, he was the Heisman candidate. Well, not the candidate at the end of the season, but at the beginning of the season.
Shador was projected to be in the first 5 of the 5 picks of the draft, though.
He was predicted, but he didn't. He got drafted.
They didn't have nothing to do with his skill set, though.
Rattler got.
We're gonna be for real about that now. I understand, but Shador falling in the draft had nothing to do with Shador's skill set. They're all dealing with that contract. That contract.
Man, it had to do with that man's skill set, bro. He just wasn't the best player in the draft like that.
Okay.
I believe he just got more attention because of who he was. I ain't saying he garbage, but I'm just saying.
No, I ain't saying he great or nothing like that either. I'm just saying like how he was projected to be picked, and the only reason that it failed, it was politics. It wasn't based
people
on.
Was projecting him was like Mel Kiper and shit. Like he said that Eric Couch was gonna be the shit, and fucking Johnny Manziel and all of them. They was the ones saying that though. Like NFL people wasn't saying that.
Okay.
In my opinion, you know what I'm saying. But we didn't see no NFL coaches coming out like, he's the top 5 prospect. It was always the Mel Kipers and, you know, them people at ESPN and shit.
For Shadur's sake, anyways, going to New Orleans right now, they're gonna struggle to build a good team for years because they've been in salary cap issues from the years they've been throwing all that dead money trying to keep that window for Drew Brees open. So that's why they can't afford to re-sign good players now. You let Lattimore go, and all the veterans are pretty much gone. I think Cam Jordan probably the most longest tenured one there, but it's a lot of inexperience with New Orleans right now. So he wouldn't have
It's a
been in a
shit
great
show down there.
situation. Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have been in a good situation. It wouldn't have been just a little bit, if not better. I don't think it's even better than Cleveland, honestly.
Yeah, but think about it though. Say you New Orleans, right? And you had the little stint with Drew Brees, and of course you switched over to Carr because you know the you know mend the bridge, and you had Winston and all that. In the midst of you building that bridge between who gonna be your next franchise quarterback, you draft Rattler because you got him as a steal. You know what I'm saying? Because of his transfer shit that he went through or whatever. You got him as a
But even
steal a
him,
year ago.
he fell to
You
the
done
5th
been
round or something. He was like a 5th or
Yeah,
6th
I know.
rounder. He wasn't high.
He fell just like Shador. But
And
you
that's
know
the
he a
point I
good
was
talent,
gonna
but he
make.
just failed, right? So if you've been developing him and you had a chance to let him not get thrown to the spotlight, you let him get in at the end of the season to get a little feet wet, whatever like that, and you've been developing, why pull in a distraction like Shador and make him feel like he got to compete when you know he's your future? Like, yeah, that Shador gonna get a lot of attention and all that, but you already been developing this guy for a year. You know what I'm saying? So you
Dude,
might as well
it
just
goes
rock with
back to
what you've
that
been
old saying,
developing
like
him.
you saying, when it comes to that, nobody wants a popular backup quarterback, especially when, like you said, with right
Right.
now he is more popular than Spencer. Every wrong thing, Spencer won't be able to get no growing pains. Everybody's gonna want Shador in from the jump.
Right.
It's almost he did the same thing with Penix and Kirk Cousins, and even Kirk
I was just
Cousins
thinking
admitted
that.
that. Yep, Kirk Cousins admitted that he had issues with that, and now that he's gone, he could be more open about it.
Right. And
That's
it's
how
gonna
it
be
is
kind of
though.
the same situation that's out there in Atlanta. They kind of Atlanta and New Orleans kind of in the same situation. You know what I mean? Like they let a young quarterback sit behind a veteran for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Then now it's their time to shine. Opposed to what Carolina did and throwing a young quarterback out there, you know, first 2 years, let them get banged up. So we'll see what the difference is.
They ain't really have a choice. If the
Yeah, they ain't
quarterback
have
you
a choice,
drafted
but
coming
I don't
in is
like that.
better than the quarterback that's on the team already, on the roster
Yeah,
already.
I don't like that for the long term for Bryce Young. He ain't that big of a dude to be taking a beating like that consistently. He ain't gonna last long.
That part.
Hopefully, Carolina's made some upgrades on their offensive line to give them
Definitely,
a little
that's
more
what I'm saying.
protection.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Protecting him should be they're pretty much their first choice as far as improving the team.
Right. Absolutely. So, all right. I think everybody is pretty much sold that Arizona will probably beat New Orleans. And I don't know very many people who are going to actually put their money on New Orleans this season. If you want to lay the 6.5, I mean, they'll probably beat them by more than that. I would probably even lay that one. Cincinnati and Cleveland. This is, interesting. Hold on. We got a special guest entering. Hold on. Good morning, Miss Lovelace. How are you?
Oh man, not the cowgirl.
Oh, hey.
Good morning, lovely.
Good morning, Lily.
Peace to you all. Iceberg, Ears. Who else is up here? Is Roy Lee and Jimmy still up here as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey to the chat. I'm cooling down from my morning run. So I just wanted to get up here real quick, let y'all know that I'm enjoying the conversation. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. Come on up, hit the link, and let's talk some sports. And before Iceberg kicks me, go Cowboys.
I ain't gonna
Oh,
kick you. I ain't gonna kick you. It's
yeah.
okay on days like today. Now, if you're talking about it
Oh,
some other day, it might be a problem. But on Sunday, you can say whoever rep who you rep.
okay. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to interrupt. I just wanted to get up here real quick, walking back to the house. So I just want to get up because you guys might be finished by the time I get going or whatever. So, but
Okay,
yeah, thank
well,
you.
Let me ask you a
feel
question
free to
before you
come
go.
back.
Can I ask
Okay,
you a question before you go?
absolutely. Hey, you, how are you? Miss you,
I'm
brother.
good.
Yeah.
So, do you get paid by Waste Management to
Really?
promote the Cowboys?
That's what you decided to do with that question. That's what you wanted to do? Okay.
Man, you
Um,
gotta take the opportunity you gotta seize the moment.
no, I don't get paid by Waste Management. Don't know what you're talking about. But that Eagle guy that spit, come on now. Have y'all talked about that yet or no?
Oh no,
Oh,
actually, I was supposed to
Jalen
be finding that.
Carter.
I was supposed to
Yeah,
And
be
that's what I was
finding
saying about the
that.
Eagles.
Well,
Like
apparently
if
they
he
said Dak. Somebody said Dak spit on him first.
Nope.
I have yet to see proof of that yet, but I
Nope.
heard that it was a
he spit
retaliation.
outside of the huddle. He spit outside of the huddle, and
He
that was
ain't
it.
really spit on him. It's like he spit, but you could tell it was like disrespect. He was trying to be disrespectful, but he didn't spit on him. So the fact that he did spit on Dak, I don't like that. But you don't go spit on no grown ass man, bro. I mean,
Hell no.
I get it. Like you felt disrespected, but Dak didn't spit on him.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
see,
and
that's
let's
the type of shit
be clear.
that shows why Jalen
But he
Carter
did
pretty
provoke.
much was, yeah,
Right. His character,
yeah,
his
his
off the
character has
field
always
shit.
been an issue. Yeah,
That
And
goddamn
see,
car accident up here in Athens.
Mm.
and see, we didn't see. Did y'all see the cowboy guy spit or no?
I did
Yeah,
not.
See
I
that
seen
no,
I
I
seen that
didn't.
spit.
you
Nah,
didn't
I just heard.
you
the
didn't
camera
see
see
nothing.
everything.
You didn't
Yeah,
see
The
yeah.
nothing.
camera see
Stop.
everything. So I saw the
When he
spit,
leaned to the side,
but
Dak do that shit. Like I don't like the
yeah,
Cowboy, but Dak does that. He spits
yeah.
outside of the huddle.
And then
He,
that's like, okay, if I say like if I'm standing in front of you and I call you a name, a derogatory name, yeah,
Right.
you could hit me, but there's consequences to you hitting me. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like you don't have to react to what somebody doing if they don't actually, do something.
Right.
Like
right.
But
the
this
man
is
spit,
Im-
but he didn't
Impulse
spit on him.
reaction. Right.
Spitting is an impulse reaction. Are you kidding right now?
No, I'm talking about
Only if you
spitting in
spit
his
on him.
face. You're right. That's what I'm saying. He spit in his face. I'm not saying Dak was wrong. I'm saying Jalen Carter was wrong. I'm
Now, I'm
saying
saying
Dak.
that was wrong, but he wasn't wrong to the point where the man had to spit
Right.
on
That's what
him.
I'm saying.
I
He
and
he wasn't wrong.
I disagree. I don't think Dak was wrong at all. I don't think anything Dak did was wrong because he
Was
didn't
wrong.
spit
That's what
on
I'm
that
saying. He
man.
does that. He does that all the time. He didn't
And
spit on that man.
I'm going to show this clip from the arena, former football players who agree. Dak did exactly what he was supposed to do. Telling
Um,
Jalen Carter, get the fuck from over here, over in our huddle. We're over here in
oh,
a huddle. Get the
now,
hell from
mind you,
over
Right,
we
here.
we
right.
talking about
I do got to take myself back to football days. You got to be aggressive in every kind of way, like nigga.
Got to.
But like I say, he did not spit on him, so he wasn't right for spitting on that
Mm-hmm.
at
okay.
all.
So there is a so like I
and now,
said,
mind you, we're talking about the first play of the game. This isn't like
Of
this
the
Yeah,
is in
yeah,
the heat
game.
of the moment in the middle of the
Of the
yeah.
game or
game.
something.
He definitely provoked him, but I can't say he wrong. You're right. I can't say he wrong
I
for
mean,
provoking
if he's that easy to
you to
provoke,
make
he's
your
gonna
best
have a
player
lot of
crash
issue
out.
going forward
We on
here.
opposing teams. My job is to provoke you to get out of character.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, to provoke you
That's
to
the mental
crash out. You're
warfare of
right.
the
I
game.
had to
That's the
think about
mental
that for a
warfare of the
second. I had to
game.
think about that for a second.
so let me get
Mm-hmm.
this right. So all of you up here are spitters. Wait a minute. What?
Nah,
Is
but you
No,
do
hell
stuff
no.
like in football,
oh,
you do stuff to provoke
To
people to
intimidate.
get thrown out the
of
You know
game.
what I'm
course,
saying?
Right.
of
Like you might
course.
be under the pile or something. You might poke a nigga in the eye, so when he get up, he want to beat your ass. See, the ref gonna see
Oh,
him run up to you and hit you in the head,
Yep.
but he
They
didn't see
never
the
see
little
the
bullshit
first.
you did.
Yep. They
oh,
only
gotcha.
Right.
catch
Yeah.
the
So
retaliator.
you do stuff like that in football to get the edge
Love
or
lady.
to get the best player thrown out,
Yeah,
get under their
yeah.
Football
skin.
is a dirty game that a lot
Of
of
course.
people don't see what goes on.
Right, right. Definitely, I
It's a
understand that.
dirty game.
Especially under the pile.
Yes,
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
can.
Lord.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I tried flag football one time, and I got hit by one of the big girls, and I was like, you know what? I'll just sit the next um thing out. she and it was
Mhm.
flag. It was flag football. She wasn't supposed to tackle me, but anyway, I'll let y'all
You
get back
say
to it.
watching
I'll
the
let y'all.
Cowboys lose more comfortable, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you did with your time too. Oh, look, there's a chuckle. Oh,
Oh
huh.
man.
Y'all something
You say
else.
that
Y'all are something
that
else.
that hit hurt worse, but that
That
hit hurt, but
hit
it ain't as
worse.
bad as watching the
Not as
Cowboys
bad as
lose.
watching the Cowboy lose.
Listen to this.
Damn.
I pray that you all find something else to do besides be cowboy haters. Yeah. Do something else. Sign up for
I was
something
like,
else.
I knew Lovelace was too perfect to be true. She said a Cowboys
Man.
fan, like, oh, there go the flaw right there.
What you mean? I make for a good rival. You know, is that the right word in this situation? I make for a good rival. Yeah, because I'm
There
gonna
you
say
go.
go Cowboys. I'm gonna say go Cowboys.
I'm
All right, I'm
sure
gonna
he eat takeout on when the Cowboys playing his team then.
don't do that. Don't do that. My baby's a Steelers fan, so we
Oh,
go through that. Yeah,
well, me
baby.
and him in the same boat, so
Look at that. See how y'all do. All right. Thank you, Iceberg. Thanks, guys, for letting me come up. I appreciate it, and I'll go
Thank you
back
for
and listen.
joining.
You're
Feel free to
welcome.
come back anytime.
You got it. All right. Thank y'all. Go
All right.
Cowboys. See ya.
That was Lovelace, y'all. Appreciate Lovelace as always for coming up, sharing her sweet tones with you. You know, everybody enjoys a little Lovelace on the panel from time to time, so we appreciate her joining the panel. So we were talking about Cincinnati and Cleveland. We were just getting into that one there. Cincinnati is favored in this game 5.5 points. It's at Cleveland. What y'all got on this? I mean, I think Cincinnati's going to the Super Bowl this year for the AFC.
what you think so?
I do.
I mean, I don't think they offensively wise they're gonna score a lot, but they still hadn't got better on defense, which is the problem last year. They couldn't stop nobody. And that's what I was about to say. As bad as the Browns is, I guess this will be a test because even last year the Browns would still run up at least 20 points on that Bengals defense last year. So I'm interested to see how better has it gotten. But on paper, they didn't make no splash moves to improve.
Yeah, I agree with him because last year I watched Carolina put up 30-something points on them boys.
Yeah, that's why I said it
So,
was easy to put up.
so I was like, and they ain't got no room for error. They ain't got no room for nobody to get hurt. Their run game is a little bit suspect. I mean, it's decent. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, nothing that's gonna jump out the screen. And like I said, the defense always win championships, so they'll be
Yeah.
good. But I don't think they'll go to the playoffs.
Like I said, I think they'll be top 5 offense in the league, probably still bottom 10 defense in the league, and so they're gonna have the same issues as last year. Where on paper the offense was good enough to go to the Super Bowl, but that defense, I'm pretty much that's why Trevor Lawrence was looking like one of the. I mean, not Trevor Lawrence, but Joey Burrow was pretty much like an MVP candidate had they had a better record because offensively he did have great numbers, but I mean he was in a shootout every game.
And I believe that. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And to be honest, I don't even believe they're gonna make the playoffs this year, and because I believe Baltimore is gonna win that division. I believe Pittsburgh is gonna be number 2.
Facts.
They'll be fighting for a wild card, and I think a team like Denver or I even think that or Houston Houston or Jacksonville will squirrel them out of that. So I don't even see them even making to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be too rough for them. That
Yeah.
in a different division maybe, but yeah, Super Bowl in that division. Like
division.
Ian said, I still got the Ravens as well.
That's one of the toughest divisions in football.
As far as potentially wide to me, the Ravens and the Lions have to win at least this year because the window is closing fast on both of those two teams.
All right, so y'all
before
hear
you start having to pay people.
Y'all hear everybody doubting my prediction. I like the Ravens.
They'll win today though, just because I like Flacco, but I just think the Browns just can't get their offense together. They got a good defense, they just can never get that offense to moving the ball and punching in the end zone, and they always settle for a lot of field goals, and that's been in the past until they showed me different. I just today I'm gonna take Cincinnati though.
So y'all hear everybody doubt my prediction.
I take Cincinnati, but it's just
What was your prediction?
I'm interested to see how high of a scoring game it is, and to see if the Bengals defense gotten better. But I don't see it.
All right, so like I said, y'all hear them doubting my prediction. I said Cincinnati's going to the Super Bowl this year. They're talking to me about the division, the Ravens, and all of that. Ears still bought in on this Aaron Rodgers experience. Pittsburgh's going to be trash this year. Cleveland is always trash. Cincinnati making the playoffs, either winning the division or going as a wild card. And once
Aaron
they get
Rodgers
in the playoffs,
gonna like lead them. I just think
Aaron
that
Rodgers
he'll be good
is
enough.
trash.
I think he'll be good enough to manage that team.
Man,
That's
I
how I
was
think.
so against getting rid of Justin Fields when I found, and then not only that, he came so late into the year, into camp. Like I don't like this at all with the. I don't see it being good at all. And I say that as a
Man,
Steelers fan. I'd rather deal with
y'all
Justin
about to have that
Fields.
Brady experience we had, man. Don't worry, bro.
You must be crazy.
Yeah. Is there? I can't even wish upon a star on no shit like that.
No
You
bullshit.
must be crazy. Yeah,
And Aaron
Pittsburgh.
Rodgers still nice, man. I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
Aaron Rodgers will be off that team by mid-season.
Fuck no, man. Aaron Rodgers
will fake an injury and quit on that
half
team.
the quarterbacks in the league, bro.
Aaron Rodgers will fake an
still
injury and quit on that team by the end of the season, and then he'll go off into retirement.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers.
Now saying he's better than half the
quit.
receivers might be true, but that ain't still saying them. I just kind of showing that right now how bad the quarterback room is around the league. That's not really saying that Aaron Rodgers is that good.
DJ Cleveland, good morning to you.
No, there's some decent quarterbacks out there. I just think
you got a good top 8. You know, I think you got a good top 8, and then it pretty much going. It's a cliff fall. Yeah, after that.
I'm trying to tell you, it started looking
Aaron Rodgers is
at the
off
8,
that
boy.
cliff.
I'm talking about.
He definitely
I'm
is.
Way off that
face
cliff.
first. Face first with the psychedelics.
You got Mahomes, Allen, Burrow,
Lamar Hurts,
Jackson,
Jalen Hurts.
Maybe
Daniels out of Washington.
That's what I was about to say. Then it's a free fall after that.
Right.
Free fall.
Aaron Rodgers ain't even in that category no more. Russell Wilson ain't in that category.
No.
Kyler Murray not even in that category. He falling out.
I don't know. Kyler Murray nice.
He nice.
He about hanging on. He hanging on with the grappler. He hanging on with the grappler.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he don't do nothing to change his perspective. To me, he's always been a more, whether they win or lose, he more worried about hopping on Call of Duty after the game. Like he would take an L and just. It's different if you ain't a quarterback. The quarterback is a little different now. Just like Anthony Richardson. People wonder why he's keep getting benched and all that. He kind of doesn't help his case because while he was hurt, he was out putting out rap albums and shit like that. Like you can't do that shit as a quarterback. You got a lot more responsibility than any other position.
But you gotta have a life though, man. I ain't talking about the rap album shit, but I mean Kyler Murray going home and playing the Call of Duty, man. You can't expect a nigga to always be.
So you telling me you got more footage of you? But come on now, playbooks, like you ain't got much where people say your reputation is you go home and study the playbook a lot and all that stuff. You constantly getting coordinated, so there's no way you got that much time to be on Call of Duty.
They weren't losing because of him though. They wasn't losing because of their defense. So if I ain't the problem and I know the playbook and I'm coming to practice and I'm the only one putting up points, why I can't go home and go relax? Why y'all want to blame
you got
me?
a point. Like I said,
Blame them
I like
niggas on the
Kyler Murray,
defense that
but at
can't
some point,
stop shit.
like as little as he is, as much as bad as the line is, he'd probably be better off in baseball at some point.
Foxy Brown, good morning to you.
Stop shit with a stop sign.
Brian Black says Kyler Murray has talent. I don't believe he has passion. He's passionate about football, and I can agree with that.
And I can agree with that. But
so what Ears just said there in terms of.
They ain't
I'm
saying
doing my
about
job.
The niggas on defense.
No, listen to what I'm about to say, because thank you for saying that again. I'm glad that's exactly what you said. Because the football players who actually want to win Super Bowls, Tom Brady, if the defense in New England was shit, whose room was he in? Whose ear was he in? He was over there talking shit about the defense. He was getting in their shit, making sure the defense got right. That's why he's a Super Bowl champion and Kyler Murray keeps getting bounced the way he does. So you have to, if you're going to be the leader of that team, give a fuck about the defense and the players who you get the parts of the team that aren't up to par. You can't just say, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm going to play Call of Duty. You got to inquire as to why that shit ain't getting better. You got to be
Yeah,
in the
you
owner's
giving him
ear, the
the
coach's
I had
ear,
a
or
good
somebody's
game.
The
ear.
leader of
I
the
get what
team.
you're saying, but say your GM or the coaches, they shuffling around players, they keep bringing in new players and all that. You ain't even got no chemistry with the defense. Like
You supposed to
you
be
ain't
in the
the
middle of
coach.
that
But
shit. You
You ain't
supposed
the
to
but
be in the
coach.
that's what
You
I
middle
was
of
ain't the
that
about to
coach.
shit.
say.
You can't tell them
Those
how
excuses
to
you
coach the
giving are more
defense.
of a reason why he shouldn't be
He shouldn't
having
be
enough time to
right.
Exactly.
play
You're
play
giving all
video
the
games.
excuses as to why he needs to not be playing video
No,
games and
I'm
needs to be
saying because
in
he
those
come out there,
rooms.
balling. He come out there, putting up some points, and these niggas can't stop him.
What
These niggas
He
can't
need to
stop
look,
put
the
up
shit.
more
listen,
points then.
once I see the players either playing video
He
games or
got to put
doing
up more points.
podcasting and shit like that in the middle of the season, because it's like Micah Parsons and you got a couple of other ones that the older vets, them guys, they waited till they were out the league to be on podcast. I'm not a fan of these guys jumping on video games and podcasting in the middle of the year while they're still at Heat playing each other. Because it was so cringe watching
But
Michael Parsons brown nosing with the division rivals and stuff like that.
listen,
And I
what I'm
don't
about
even
to
like
say.
the Cowboys.
This is what I'm about to say. I know for a fact I got Darius Slate on my Xbox. And it's been for years, for the last 10 years. I know for a fact that after every game, that nigga is online playing goddamn
Who?
2K. Darius
Who?
Slate.
And is
Darius
there
He
Slate.
ain't a For one, he's not a quarterback. These are captains I'm talking about. Parsons, captain. Murray, a captain. Slay was a veteran, but Slay was
But
already losing
that's what
his.
I'm saying though.
Yeah,
I'm saying, okay, all the pressure on the quarterback to not go home and relax and all that because he the quarterback. But
that's
all
why
the
he make the
defense,
most
they the
money.
ones causing the
He
game,
has
but
the
they,
most
hold on,
It come
hold
with
responsibility.
on.
the it
And
come
the
with it
defense,
come
they at
with
home playing their
responsibility.
game and shit, and they the ones that's causing the game. So y'all can go play y'all game and
Again,
we losing, but I can't go play.
Score more points.
show me a defense. Show me besides Parsons. Show me you couldn't show no defensive players that were top five annually, and let alone and they weren't difference makers
That's
like
because they
guys
going
like
home,
Murray and
going
stuff
playing video
are
game. What I'm
still
saying is, them
they're
niggas
still
need to
making
be
almost
focused.
40 million a year and pretty much and getting paid that average because that's how much the the salary cap is inflated for the position. It comes with more responsibility than the others. That's why they get paid a lot more.
What I'm saying is, I put these quarterbacks in different classes,
You know what
and
I'm saying?
what
And
I'm
them niggas need to be biting down and focused. If I can't go home and play video games, them niggas can't go home and play video
no,
games either.
it don't work like
Because
that.
It
defense,
don't work
No,
defense
like
it
where
that,
it's
don't.
Does
at
not
this
No,
year.
it
work
don't.
like that. It does not work like that. And what I'm saying is, I put these quarterbacks in different classes. And the ones we talked about, your Josh Allens, your Lamar Jacksons, all those people, we don't hear about them playing video games. Whether they do it or not, we don't hear about it being an issue. And their teams are lacking and not having success because they're spending so much time playing video games. So if
But
he
you'll
wants to
only
be a
hear
quarterback, then he needs to actually live up to that standard, or we're going to put him hanging off the cliff and about to fall face first with all
With
the
that
rest of them.
grappler.
But
With
you'll
that
only
grappler.
hear it if the media puts it out. I'm pretty sure other quarterbacks do the same shit, but the media ain't trying to leak it out to make them look bad. So
So,
we gotta look at it. It might be it's a campaign on them also.
so let me ask you this: how many years you gonna give Kyler Murray an excuse before you expect him to go to a
he's
Super
yeah.
Bowl? Because he'd have
To a
been in the
Super
league a
Bowl
long time.
with that team, I don't expect them to go to a Super Bowl.
With
Now,
that
say
team,
you put,
he's been on that team for like 8 fucking
I
years. They ain't
know,
built a
but
team
they ain't
around him
did
yet.
shit with,
That's
but
his fault.
they just put something around them for one, and then they ain't put no defense together. So
Man,
it's
that's his
hard to
fucking fault then.
it's hard to say that the quarterback is supposed to go in there and draft a team.
He don't want
No,
it that
he got
bad.
to go put an input
He don't
in.
want it that
He better
bad
go
then.
put an input
He
in.
put it
No
in.
But
Why you
bullshit.
yeah,
think he got?
like
Why you think he got Marvin Harrison Jr.?
That's
I was
for
about to
him.
say
They just gave him somebody. They just gave him Connor. They just gave him Marvin Harrison. They just gave him who that tight end that they got now. They
This man
just
been
gave
in the
him
league
all that. But
7
now it's up
years.
to the defense. And then you got to remember he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He had to rehab off of getting hurt.
He at the
So
end of his
this would
second
be the
contract.
first year that he's starting the year off healthy. Last year I think he was a little coming off of the injury.
Well, whether he like it or not, this is prove year because this is the end of his second
I
contract.
agree though. He got to prove something this year, but I
He
think
got to.
I think that right now because Marvin Harrison rookie year was last year. They looked at okay, and I just believe that they needed more work together or whatever. But with the off season and now, if it's true what they say, he been playing too many video games, it's gonna show this year because he should have had. But him and Marvin Harrison had a pretty decent chemistry last year, and I believe he'll get better this year. But I believe their offense is decent. It's the defense that's got
So
them
you
looking the way that they do.
what
But
you got
they'll
them in the
definitely beat
division is
the division. I think the
I
Rams.
don't got them better than the Rams. Yeah,
No,
At
I think
all.
the
I
Rams
really
are
don't.
better than them. It's definitely on paper, and I think the Rams will beat them out because of purely defense. But yeah, in the division, I think they'll be better than Seattle, and I think they're
They should be. That's what I was about to say. If what you're saying
and
about
no
Murray is
offense,
true, they got no
Iceberg.
excuse to not be better than the Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say no offense to Iceberg, but I think they're a little bit better than San Francisco.
Because he's been there a lot longer than
Only because of
and
the
now,
injuries, though.
yeah, with the turnover of players only on San Francisco, only problem is the number of the amount of departures at
Mhm.
at one
Right.
time. That's
And
the
the
only
injuries they
reason.
got right now. They got all their wide receivers are pretty much injured
And
and
Yeah,
goes on.
yeah.
they depth in a
The
lot of
injuries on
areas
top of the
is
departures.
dissipated.
Grand
So there's
Rising,
no
Mika.
reason why Arizona should finish at least at best second. If they win the division, that would be amazing. But I don't see it.
Nah,
Nope.
I think the Rams will come out of that division. But
Definitely.
I think Arizona will be able to fight for a playoff spot, though.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't see it.
Nah,
If
put
anything, I think
wild
the
card
playoff
fighters.
spots will be fighting in the NFC North because I still think that's going to be a dog fight between Minnesota, Green Bay,
Green Bay, yeah.
Rachel
and
I
Banks,
don't
good
Chicago.
think
morning.
Minnesota is going to be that good. I mean, they okay, but I don't think they'll be that good. I mean, they dealing with a new quarterback unless he just come out and be some kind of
Bruh. He finna come
stud.
out that thing
But I don't
smoking.
really see him. He wasn't no stud to me in college, and I don't see him coming in the NFL and doing a big old splash. Even though
I
he
don't
got
see
Justin
them.
Jefferson,
I don't see them
and
making
they're
a splash
missing.
like last year because they're not creeping up on people this year. But I still think that they're better than Arizona.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we oh, they don't. I have to look on the schedule and see. But I'll take that bet with you.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even think they're the second best in that conference. I think Chicago will be better than Minnesota.
No, I got Detroit, Green Bay second, and then
Yes.
Minnesota, then Chicago.
Minnesota.
No, I'm
That's all.
saying Detroit. Yeah, I got Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago, and then Minnesota.
Oh,
in
okay,
that
you
division.
lost me when you said second best at first. I was about to say,
Yeah,
no, I got it. Yeah, I got Green Bay second best regardless.
Foxy Brown said the Cowboys gonna prove everyone wrong. She think they got something
Another
to
Cowboy.
prove.
What's with the What's all these ladies in the
Well, they
Cowboys?
done lost. They done
Cowboys.
lost one
Goodness.
division game
That's the only
already.
good
So
thing I can
man.
say about the Cowboys is they got a pretty one. They got a pretty lady fan base, but other than that,
they done lost the first
Damn.
game of their division, so they already behind the 8 ball. So if they lose to the Eagles again, and Eagles be the top team in the well, I doubt that, but they better beat the Giants in Washington. But they done lost one, so.
All right. So, I don't think we ever really said, because we got talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. We were talking about Cincinnati and Cleveland. I said that I thought Cincinnati was going to the Super Bowl, and that went off on a whole tangent.
No, we took Cincinnati. We just said
Okay.
this year, they ain't gonna be too much of shit. But for the day, yeah.
Apparently, Kyler Murray has some illness. He is expected to start, but he's listed on the injury report with some kind of illness today at the Saints. Just FYI, I'm looking at Sports Center over here on the side.
Man, they be lying. They saying the same shit about your boy McCaffrey, trying to get people not to put him in and shit. Then they gonna go the fuck off.
yeah, I saw that too.
All right, so we think Cincinnati going to beat Cleveland. The Raiders at the Patriots. I don't know anything about either one of these teams.
Oh, I'm gay. Yeah, I like Drake May, man. Drake May, I liked him in college.
I remember Drake May out of college.
I think they got a new running back. They got that running back out of Ohio State. I liked him in college, and I think he's gonna be a beast in the NFL.
And the Patriots always have a good.
And and the Patriots, they definitely got a good defense already. They got your boy I was fucking with Cardi B. What's his name? Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs. Now we don't know how he gonna be after that serious injury, but he was balling before that injury. So if he come back balling with Drake May, and they already got Hunter Henry at tight end and that good defense and that running game, New England could be a beast because he can run too. But yeah, I just think on the road today, and it's gonna take them a couple of games to get right. But I'm gonna take Vegas tonight with Geno. No, fuck that. I'm gonna stay with New England because I forgot Amari Cooper. He retired.
Yeah, Cooper just retired, and Gallup
Yeah, he
retired
just
on him.
retired.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cooper, but
So they ain't got nobody to pass to.
I was about to
But-
say I was just about to say that too. That was what I was gonna give the Raiders' biggest issue is no passing game. I mean, but I do also got my prediction for offensive rookie of the year is Ashton Genty. I do think he's gonna have a great year, but I don't right now. In the terms of right now, I would pick the Patriots as well. It's a little more continuity. They got better on paper than the Raiders were able to get on paper. Like, hopefully somebody develop in that wide receiver room, but right now I can't see. Jacoby Myers ain't had enough years to prove himself to me.
And he demanded to trade his damn self, so obviously he don't even
Yeah,
want to be there.
exactly.
And then you
Yeah.
got Geno. I mean, I like Pete Carroll as a coach, so I think he'll, definitely stick to the run game and try to work it out of there with play action. And they still got Brooke Bowers, which is probably the best tight end in the league. So I mean, yeah, but they definitely need some wide outs. They probably got somebody that we don't know about. They probably grabbed somebody in the draft that, been flying under the radar. We'll have to see, but I was leaning towards them a little bit because they was at home. I like the coaching pick. I like the running game, maybe. And I know
I'll
their
say New
defense will
England.
get at you. I know their
Same
defense will
thing,
get
New
at you,
England.
but New
Geno is
England
I
just
like
got way
Geno,
more.
but like I said, I've never seen Geno yet without a solid wide receiver room. Like how you was talking about earlier, how Russell Wilson can make
Yeah.
wide receivers. I never seen that with Geno right now because right now his best years came with Lockett and Metcalf and stuff. Before you look at how late into his years he developed because at one point Geno was considered a bust. He was bouncing around the league a lot.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking New England.
Yeah, the game is in New England, not in Vegas.
And I'm kind of
Yeah.
excited. I'm gonna watch that game because I want to see how New England running game gonna be. And
I want to see
really
how
want to see it.
Genty. I want to see if Genty gonna look like
I want to see
the
Genty
second
too.
coming
Yeah.
of Bo
Yeah, I was gonna
Jackson.
say I still
wanna
got
see
him
that.
being offensive rookie of the year, but
I don't
Man,
know.
that's what
I
I don't
think
think
he
of.
gonna have a run for his money with this New England running back.
we gonna see. That boy, man.
And that boy from Carolina too, T-Mac.
Yeah, I like T-Mac. Now, I do like T-Mac.
All right. So, 49ers Seahawks. Right now, they got the 49ers favored by 1.5 at Seattle.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
Man,
I
this
take
a
that
toss up right here, in my
I think
opinion.
the Seahawks the worst team in the division, really. I mean, Sam
They don't
Darnold
have no
struggled
weapons.
with the line. Yeah, but not only that, Sam Darnold struggles with a weak line. See, the Seahawks line was just as bad as the Vikings, and they wasn't even better than the Vikings, and he struggled last year once the pressure got to him. Now when the pressure get to him, he got no wideouts neither. I mean, Cooper Kupp, yeah, but Puka too, but yeah, I thought Puka was dealing with an injury. I think.
And he's on the Rams.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cooper Kupp. Damn, that's right.
Yeah, they
I'm
got
getting teams
Cooper
mixed up.
Kupp.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Cooper
Cooper
Kupp.
Kupp
And
is
I
with him.
agree
So
with
that's
you
what
right
made
there
me.
with the
Yeah,
quarterback
that's what
play.
made me say Puka was because I'm so used
I
to
think
last year.
I think he'll a shell of himself though. Like he ain't the same wide receiver.
Who? Cooper. Yeah, the
Yeah.
injuries catch up.
And then they got Smith and
I'm gonna
Jigba.
take San Francisco, even though I think this is a toss up. San Francisco got a lot of injuries at wide receiver and shit, like you said, a couple of departures and shit. But if Christian McCaffrey is back healthy, I think they're gonna give a heavy dose of that. Y'all coach really do good at finding other players to make stars by just having plays that he pull out his ass. So and their defense already, pretty good. So I think y'all will hold off, being that y'all at home. I think y'all can hold them off.
It's in Seattle.
Oh, it's in Seattle. I still think y'all will still win.
Man, that 12
It'll be a
man.
close. I think it'll be a close, low game though.
I was about to say
12 man.
it would be close, definitely, but I still got the San Fran pulling it out. 12 men can only get you so far when the talent ain't there.
When the talent ain't there, yeah.
But they got talent though. San Fran got talent, and
No,
Seattle
I'm
got
talking
some
about
talent. I
Seattle.
mean, they
We
got
They're talking
Kenneth.
about Seattle. They're talking about
They got
Seattle.
Kenneth Walker. They got what his name? JSU or what the nigga name? What's that wide receiver name? That's pretty
For
much
who?
why they was convinced to let Lockett and DK Metcalf go. Can't remember the nigga's name, but they got a little talent, nothing major. Their defense ain't bad though.
All right, Titans and Broncos. Titans favored by, Broncos. I'm sorry, favored by 8.5.
I was about to say.
I just finna say the
Yeah, I'm about to go.
Titans.
I'm about to say, hold on.
I'm about to go check
Broncos.
them damn numbers. I'm like, hold up.
Broncos
I was about
favored
to-
8.5.
record scratch. Like, wait.
I'm excited to see Cam Ward in the NFL. I want to see what he gonna do. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that game. I just think Denver got too much defense. Bo Nix is nice.
Bo Nix is nice.
They got Evan Ingram. I think they gonna know, Sean Payton gonna know how to use him, and I think they gonna open shit up. And Denver gonna be a problem this year. They might even overthrow Kansas City in that division this year.
Hey,
So
I
I'm
can
definitely taking
agree.
them today.
I can agree because Sean Payton's offense is predicated on how good the tight end is.
Right.
So if Evan Ingram can be anything close to Jimmy Graham in Sean Payton offense, everybody in trouble.
Because we seen some glimpses of Evan Ingram a couple of years ago in New York, so we know what he can do.
Right.
Hmm.
So I can agree. I'm a Chiefs fan, and I agree with it.
Okay, so with the Chargers beating Kansas City the other night, does that make the Chargers look like anything? Did they just get a good win and they're still not anything to be considered in the division?
They just got
I
a
think
good
that
win.
just kind of exposed Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City defense played good, but once Xavier Worthy was out and they was already missing their top wide receiver, they were just struggling to, find somebody
Move
to
the
pass
ball.
to. Yeah, move the ball. They had the plays that they needed. They had to make Kareem Hunt the main character out there in Pacheco. So, and I think that made the defense be able to, not have to worry about stretching. I mean, too much
them
pass
stretching the
route.
field.
Yeah. So
it was all
the
quick time and
Chargers
shit.
and the Chargers, they just played where they didn't turn over the ball and they capitalized and they scored early. So Kansas City had to play catch up, and without their weapons, it was hard to play catch up. So the Chargers just played football, but they wasn't like nothing like, oh, you can't beat them. I think Denver will beat them.
Okay. So y'all looking at Denver
Yeah,
probably trying to take that division.
We ought to know Las Vegas ain't gonna win that division, so at least Denver.
All right, so y'all looking at Denver trying to fight with Kansas City to take that division there. All right. And y'all expect Denver to obviously win this game. I think, everybody does just on paper looking at the line. So I don't know if anybody thinks they're not gonna cover it, but I don't know what the weather situation is, or again, week 1. Yeah, y'all say Bo Nix is the truth, but it's also week 1, So what is it gonna be? So
yeah, it's gonna be a rough season for Cam Ward because the Titans defense is trash. Like they got no edge rushers. They didn't improve at the linebacker position. They struggled. They that's what I'm saying. They still got the issue with stopping the run. So it's gonna be hard for Cam this year.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I thought you was done.
Go ahead.
Oh, I actually think he gonna have a decent little opening. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be like nothing crazy, but I think as far as the offense, now, like he said with the defense, they have had a problem with, but you got to think about who's in their division. I think they can handle, the powerhouse of Houston and, Jacksonville and the teams that are in their division, but with other
Which
teams,
means you
they're
got Joe Mixon, Taylor, Nick Chubb's now over in that division. So you got some good running backs over there.
Yeah, but Houston have a hard time blocking anybody. They haven't upgraded their line like
Now
that.
that's
Well,
true.
so they struggled last year a little bit with even, well, they wasn't healthy also, but we'll see if they address the line situation. So every team was able to kind of stick with them, even though they was putting up some points, but every team was able to stick with them. So
I
their
think
defense wasn't hitting on too much anyway.
I think
Either.
Houston gonna come back stronger this year and run away with that division, man. I
do
really
too.
do.
I
think this
think
is
they
their
made
year
their
they
proper
actually
correction.
click.
Jacksonville going to surprise that division.
I think Jacksonville will play better. I think Houston gonna win the division. I think Jacksonville will play better than people are expecting with I think Lawrence will hopefully play,
Another
more
running back. I was
within
gonna say that's a
himself.
nice running back division right there. Cause yeah, I forgot about Etienne with
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
They got a new running
Every
back
other
too that
team got a
they're really loving
yeah,
too.
that rookie
So,
you was talking about.
yeah. So Jacksonville, and like I say, they got a new offensive coordinator. This ain't gonna be the same Jacksonville we've been seeing in the past. We've always been seeing these Jacksonville with these bullshit ass offensive coordinators.
Yeah, I think this is the year that it all really clicks for Houston. I mean, they've been right there, either going to the playoffs or right there on the, trying to get in these last couple years. I think this is the year, as long as, health, of course, I think this is the year that it really clicks for them and they kind of run away with the division, and Jacksonville still can be competitive maybe in the wild card situation, depending on what's happening in the AFC, but I think Houston might run away with that one.
But
That's
we
my
got to
opinion on
remember
it.
what made Houston look explosive last year. They had Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins. And what's the other boy name that he's nice too?
Tank Dell.
Yeah,
But
Tank
yeah, he got
Dell.
a long road to
So
recovery
you
right now.
Yeah, so now you taking away Tank Dell and you taking away Stephon Diggs, and all you leaving is Nico Collins, and you got to realize Nixon is not playing. Nixon not gonna be playing for a couple of games. So even though they got Nick Chubb, we don't know what Nick Chubb's gonna come back to. He came off a knee injury in the Cleveland trading him, so and we ought to know they ain't got no offensive line. So we're thinking about that Houston team that had all those weapons and got to realize some of those weapons got cut short.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, we're good chopping up with y'all fellas. I'm about to go grab some breakfast since I don't want all the noise to ruin your lives. So I'm out back in the chat.
These. Salute, bro. Appreciate you, Roy Lee.
All right,
Roy Lee.
is
All right.
Jimmy McFly.
Salute, brother.
Salute to Roy Lee. Appreciate you coming through. And the link is still pinned, so anybody's welcome to join the conversation if you want to. All right, so Denver, we say running away with that game there. Detroit, Green Bay. Ooh. Green Bay just really 1.5 point favorite at home, so that's kind of a pick 'em, really. Detroit and Green Bay. I mean, this is probably going to be one of the most competitive divisions in all of football this year because all of these teams are looking to do something for the most part. So what y'all got on Detroit and Green Bay? And this one is in Green Bay.
I mean, I like the pickup of, Micah Parsons, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't think he's going to make it a huge difference because I think he's going to stay kind of hurt. And, he's been having a lot of back issues that he been, and I think he wanted to get his check before that back started getting too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But Green Bay, they just got him a new wide receiver, that can help stretch the field. But that's where they've been having a problem at is, the wide receivers, they 1 week they, doing the thing, next week they looking crazy. Detroit, on the other hand, man, they have a solid offense. Their defense, that defensive line is really nice. They got their defensive edge rusher back, which that motherfucker broke a record second goddamn bait. So I know he the truth. Yeah, I watched him play us I think it was last year or the year before, but yeah, he was a monster and he was having a breakout season last year before he got hurt, but he's back. So I think Detroit is gonna pull this off. They got all the tools to pull it off, and because Green Bay just, you know, they beat up on teams they supposed to, but I think when it's good teams, they struggle with.
Let's see. Looking at Green Bay roster here, we're talking about some of those receivers: Romeo Dobbs, Matthew Golden, Mecole Hardman, Malik Health, Isaiah Naylor. He's a developmental. Hardman's developmental as well. Jalen Reed, Christian Watson's on the PUP list. So Dontavian Wicks, Savion Williams, and then getting into their tight ends: John Fitzpatrick, Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, Ben Sims. Yeah, so, I mean, some names a lot of them, though, not available.
Yeah. That Golden boy is the one that they just drafted. He was the one in the draft with that colorful ass suit on. You remember the light green? I think it was. I forgot what the suit was, but I remember it did catch my attention. But
rookie out of Texas.
He's a small guy, but I think he had the fastest speed in the draft or something like that.
Yeah, 191 pounds. Yeah, so he's a rookie out of Texas. So yeah, young receiving core all the way around, other than Hardman, who he's in the developmental. Young receiving core. I mean, 4 years or under on all of their receivers and a lot of rookies.
Right.
Small too. I mean, but young quarterback as well. Heck, they even got a young running back core. Josh Jacobs, the oldest running back, 7 years in the league. Everybody else is 2-3 years. Jordan Love got 6 years. So, yeah, I mean, he's one of the veterans on the team at quarterback at this point. Because, heck, half the team is 4 years or under.
Right.
So, I mean,
they traded away their best defensive lineman to get Michael Parsons.
Yeah, so Parsons has that line hole to fill. I mean, obviously they put another player there, but he got to fill that hole as well. With the whatever that lineman brought to the table for him. Let's take a look at the Lions, because you on the Lions on this one. Like I said, Green Bay's favorite because they're at home on this one, 1.5 points. You got Ronnie Bell, Tom Kennedy, or Dominic Lovett.
I'm taking that bet right there. I'm putting 50 on that.
On Detroit?
Detroit, yeah, with the point.
Amon St. Brown. Sam Laporta still at tight end. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, running backs. So Jared Goff, definitely not a bad quarterback. He's had success in the league. So yeah, they could look pretty good out there. And like you said, you're getting points with Detroit if you're taking that. So hey, it's in Green Bay, but you're getting 1.5 if you with Detroit. Depending on where you find your lines. Obviously, I'm not exactly sure where they're pulling these lines from, but I think this is kind of average of a bunch of different line makers. We talked a little bit about Houston a little earlier. Didn't talk as much about the Rams. We got Houston going to the Rams. Rams favored by 3.5 at home.
I like the Rams.
You like Stafford and company, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua.
And they just got Devontae Adams, which is up to y'all to believe if he washed or not. I believe Devontae Adams is still a supreme, probably top 10 receiver. I just believe it was just on, bad teams and teams that, didn't know how to utilize him. But even when he was on those teams, he still was a threat. So being that now he's with a quarterback like Matt Stafford that, will throw that motherfucker and throw it right. And he has somebody that they can focus on with Puka. So they don't have to always double team him and everything. Yeah, I think he's in the right spot, and he's going to be back on the top of the fantasy boards and, probably get something like close to Player of the Year kind of award or whatever they give for the receivers.
Yeah, I just do not disagree. I agree. Devontae Adams should have a great year this year. I mean, Matthew Stafford, I'm sorry, has been a hell of a quarterback. You know, he's shown good chemistry with receivers everywhere he's gone. You know, receivers look good playing with him. So Devontae Adams is just that type of receiver. I mean, they just don't make 215. You know, his height and all of that stuff, the way he plays everywhere. So, yeah, I agree. Devontae Adams should have a really, you know, good year. Probably, you know, another career type year for him, even though he's in year 12 or 13, whichever one, you know, it still should be a career type of year for him playing with that quarterback for sure. And I mean, weapons all around. I mean, Tutu Atwell, you know, he's been good for years here now. Puka Nacua, obviously. Yeah, so I agree. He should definitely have a really good year. Tyler Higbee at tight end, Terrence Ferguson. Yeah, I mean, so they got a really nice team.
And I definitely picked them up in a couple of my leagues.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a nice team, and they're looking, you know, they have Super Bowl aspirations. That's, you know, Super Bowl a bust for them. You know, they got Jimmy G backup quarterback if anything ever happens with Stafford. So, I mean, that's not even a bad Stetson Bennett. I remember his name, don't know a lot about him. His plays.
He was playing nice in the preseason.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, they even got a good quarterback room because Jimmy G.
Stetson Bennett from Georgia.
Yeah. I remember his name now.
He won 2 championships in Georgia.
That's right. Yeah, so they got a good quarterback room because Jimmy G, you know, he's used to being in that role. He's a veteran, you know, all of that stuff, but he can fill in if he needs to. Stetson Bennett, he can either jump right in there or he can, you know, still play under another veteran quarterback and still keep doing his thing. So they got a nice setup, not only for this season, but going forward, whenever Stafford does finally retire, you know, whenever Adams does retire, you know, they keep bringing in some receivers. They got a nice little setup, you know, to continue. As long as they can keep people
got
paid.
A running game.
Yeah. As long as they can keep people paid and happy, they got a nice little setup to keep this going for a few years. You know, I mean, my team, you don't have to say no offense, bro. We talking for reality. I'm a realist about my team. I'm not a fanatic. You know, I root for the 49ers, but I'm not a fanatic. I know reality, and I don't even know how to predict what my team's going to do this year, you know? I mean, somewhere around 500, you know, that's where I'm putting us, you know. I don't know. I just really don't. So yeah, I think the Rams look really good. You know, their roster looks good, and I don't see why they wouldn't be pretty much tops in the NFC West. You know, what's going to hold them back, really? You know, I don't see Arizona doing anything as much as Ears does, and definitely don't see San Francisco or Seattle competing with the Rams. So they should have a pretty good, you know, smooth path to winning the NFC West this year, as long as everything stays healthy for them. In this game, Houston at the Rams. I know Ears said I think he's with the Rams, and looking at that roster, I would be with the Rams in this game as well, especially since they're at home. If we're in Houston, I mean, I may still go with the Rams, but I just think they do look really strong. It almost has me rethinking my Super Bowl picks on the NFC side. I mean, not Super Bowl, but NFC Championship picks on the NFC side. You know what? I'm gonna do it, and I'm not going to change the team you think I am. I was saying that it was going to be Eagles and Commanders in the NFC Championship, but I think it's going to be Rams and Commanders in the NFC Championship. That's who I'm picking. I know y'all not with me on the Commanders, but that's what I'm going. Rams, Commanders, NFC Championship.
That ain't a bad pick.
Yeah, I think the Eagles. I mean, it's just hard to go back to back. The Eagles.
I feel like I'll see the Bucks versus the Rams, and that's not just because of my team. I'm just saying out of who I think it'll beat them if they're healthy, both healthy. That's that's always a factor. And like I say, Detroit could be would be that third kind of wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be between those three teams.
Yeah, I think Detroit's gonna, not injury wise, but I think that division, they're just gonna beat each other up, seeing each other twice a year. So their record may not put them in a nice clean path in the playoffs, because they weren't, it may not be as good as, say, like, I think the Rams are going to run away with the NFC West, so they'll probably be either number 1 or number 2 seed, and then Hell, even Tampa might even be a number 1 or number 2 seed because they probably run away with NFC South. So then these other teams are going to have to come in at 3 and 4, play those first week playoff games. The other ones are going to have to go as wild cards playing every week. So, it would set Tampa and say like the Rams up to have the easiest path. I just don't have faith in Tampa to actually, when they start playing in the playoffs, beat teams like Washington, Philly, Detroit, teams like that. That's just where my reservation comes. That's why I can't put Tampa in the NFC Championship, but I think they'll very easily win the NFC South, and maybe even have a number 1 or number 2 seed in the entire NFC playoffs, just because what their record would end up being.
And see, the reason I say it, because the only team that scares me about Tampa in the playoffs, if we had to run into Detroit, that could be a derail. But I think that if we got it luckily and Detroit had to play somebody like the Rams in the playoffs, that's where, so that's why I say it'll be kind of in them 3, you know what I'm saying? Because those the only ones that give us a fit. But Washington definitely is going to be a threat. I just don't think they're going to be able to withstand it, what they're doing right now.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, but I think, really, if I did have to pick my 6 teams, because is 6 teams still make the playoffs, or did they add a team this year? I can't remember how many teams it is 7. For each side. Is 7 on each side?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I would have Philly, Washington, Detroit, Tampa, the Rams, Green Bay, and the Cowboys. Fuck it.
Damn. All right, so I'm gonna take. Let me see. Out of the NFC West, I'm gonna take the Rams. Out of the North, I'm gonna take Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna take I'm gonna take
Tampa out the South, obviously.
I'm gonna take Washington out of the East.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take Tampa out of the South.
Mm-hmm.
And then the playoff teams are gonna be I'm gonna go Chicago.
Mm.
I'm gonna go Arizona.
Mm.
And I'm gonna go make sure I pick this one wisely. And I'm leaning to Minnesota or Atlanta.
So in your scenario, neither Philly or Dallas make the playoffs.
I think Philly's gonna. No, I'm gonna say Philly. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna get Philly. I'm gonna get Philly.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that last spot to Philly.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're gonna. I think they're not gonna win the division. I think Washington's gonna win the division.
I agree.
But and then it's gonna depend on. I think they're gonna lose some games that we're thinking they're gonna win. But like I said, that ain't the same Philly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's some teams out there that's gonna expose what they was doing the other night. Dallas was the problem the other night, but they ain't gonna get Detroit, LA, Tampa. They ain't gonna show them the same grace. Washington, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna show them the same grace that Dallas showed them. So
and I mean, I think Dallas will beat them in Texas. When they match up again, I think Dallas will win that game against Philly.
That was a winnable game by Dallas.
It's deeper. Salute to you.
So they didn't run away with that because they were just that much better. It's just that Dallas was that bad.
Yeah, them drops, that kind of killed things for them. All right, so we were looking at Detroit, Green Bay. So I think you're going with Detroit in this one, or I mean, it's at Green Bay.
Yeah, Detroit.
So you're going to go with Detroit in that one. All right, okay. I'm not sure. I mean, it's week 1. That's one I would actually stay away from myself. It's kind of a toss up. I think anything crazy can happen in that game. It's in Green Bay. So it's outdoors. You know, Lambeau Field can get messy if it's rainy. I know it's rainy here. It's been rainy for like 2 days, so I don't know what it's like up there, but you know.
I'm here in Ohio, and it ain't bad. So
Okay.
this ain't Detroit, probably like 4 hours away.
Okay, so it might be
And
good,
but
clean football
anyway,
weather.
Detroit plays in a dome anyway, right?
It's in Green
Oh no,
Bay.
they in Green Bay. They in
Yeah,
Green Bay,
it's
right?
in Green Bay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the problem. Yeah. It's an afternoon game, 4:25 game. So, 4:25 East Coast game. So yeah,
It's
that's
the
one I
weather's
would stay
still
off
okay
of.
up north. The weather's still okay up north right now. So
Okay,
this would be a great day for football, regular football,
okay, that's a
without
game I'll
weather
stay
being a
away from.
factor. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Texans at Rams. Did we talk about that?
Yeah,
Oh, we
we talked
started
about
talking
that.
about that. Okay. So Sunday Night Football, Ravens at the Bills. Lamar against Josh Allen.
And playoff rematch.
Yeah.
I'll take the
Uh
Ravens.
Of course, I'm gonna take Lamar on this. I mean, I've always taken Lamar on the Buffalo, them versus Buffalo, and
oh,
kind of sometimes got disappointed. But I believe because of Buffalo's kind of mix around with their receivers and everything, which they look okay sometimes, but sometimes they just disappear altogether. And just depending on Josh Allen to run, and they just stay running game, I think Lamar gonna be too much for him. And them having, I think Hopkins still got a little bit in him, and then they gave him that weapon with fucking Derrick Henry and Flowers healthy, and then having Andrews healthy. I think they're just gonna be too much for him. Taking the Ravens.
right. Okay. Ravens are favored on the road by 1.5 when these lines were updated here. They were favored on the road by 1.5. I'll get off screen. So looking at the roster, I want to look at some of the roster here. Buffalo roster, you see their receivers, Keon Coleman. Apparently they picked up Gabe Davis from Jacksonville in the developmental league right now. Curtis Samuel, Shakir, Shavers, Wilkerson. They still got Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox at tight end. James Cook, Ray Davis, Frank Gore. Oh, they got Frank Gore, Frank Gore Jr. I didn't know there was a Frank Gore Jr. in the league.
Yeah, he was balling.
Damn,
I
Southern
didn't know he
Mississippi.
was in the league. I remember he was in college, but I didn't know he was in the
Yeah,
league.
he's on Buffalo's developmental team. Shit, I ain't know. Shout out to that. Of course, Josh Allen at quarterback. They got Mitch Trubisky, one of their backup quarterbacks. Let's look at Baltimore real quick. Of course, you know, Lamar leading that team out there. Nobody's concerned about how much he's playing Xbox, Call of Duty, or anything like that. Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers. I mean, they got a lot of the receivers they've had for the last few years. DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah. Not a lot changed. Mark Andrews still at tight end. Likely, I think he's injured. I got him on
Yeah,
one of
he's
my
injured.
teams. He's
Yeah,
out
likely
right now.
injured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's injured.
Likely's injured, but they still got Mark Andrews and, you know, the receivers that Lamar's used to. And of course, we know Lamar has his running game, and then hell, he doesn't have to have running game because you got freaking 252 pounds behind you. So
Then
shit.
you got Justin Hill, that that motherfucker. He a little sleeper now.
Right.
That motherfucker there got them, them little screens and shit, them little short passes.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Lamar be on point with that shit.
Right. So, I mean, we expect them to come out like the well-oiled machine we've seen the last 2-3 years. Yeah, I would pick them, you know, bright lights, prime time, Sunday night football. It's probably going to be a big offensive show, but whose defense is better right now? I mean, Baltimore, we know they normally bring strong defense, but as far as the pieces, whose defense is stronger right now, Buffalo or Baltimore? Because it's going to be about who's getting stops. Going to be all about who's getting the stops. Let's see.
Baltimore gonna have to have the better one, right?
Now, linebackers, Chandler Martin. So, I mean, you got Roquan Smith. It's going to be about which team's defense is really able to get the stops, because we know both these teams have pretty explosive offenses. So who's going to get the stop on defensive side? That's going to kind of be the kicker on it. And then Monday Night Football. Let's look at that really quickly, and then we'll go back and look at the standings really quickly, pick our AFC playoff teams. Monday Night Football, we got Vikings at the Bears. Right now, the Vikings are favored by 1.5. Vikings at the Bears. Let's see here. Let's see who the Vikings. What are the Vikings roster looking like? Because Ears seems to like both these teams.
I'm taking the Bears in this one. I like the I ain't convinced that the Vikings can just switch up. I kind of understood it last year with Sam Darnold because he been in the game for a minute. He know how to read NFL defenses and all that stuff like that. So, and they got the pieces as far as on offense. They got to have a quarterback to maneuver. But being that they just got a rookie quarterback, and I wasn't sold on him in college, so I damn sure ain't sold on him in the NFL. So I think that's going to be important for them to have proper quarterback play. Now, I would have been saying this same thing about Chicago last year with Caleb Williams in his very first game, and I did say this because I didn't choose them for this reason. But it's his second year, and he's got a little bit more development. And these teams, I feel like Chicago ain't a bad team. It's just they needed that development in quarterback, and they needed a quarterback that could spread the ball around. They got weapons, DJ Moore, that rookie that they got last year, what his name, Doze or some shit like that. He's pretty good. They got weapons around. They got a good tight end, 2 good tight ends. And he loved to throw to tight ends, and they got a decent run game when they want to. So I just think that they're gonna pull this one out. What are they in Chicago or Minnesota?
Games in Chicago.
Okay. I think if they was in Minnesota, it'd probably been just as good. But hell, they got the crowd behind them. But I would have chosen them even if they was in Minnesota. But
So
yeah,
you
I
picking
think they
Chicago?
Yeah, I'm taking Chicago.
Okay, let me look at Chicago's roster. I was just looking at the Minnesota roster. Let's look at Chicago's roster, and see what they're working with at these different positions. DJ Moore, wide receiver. Roma Dunze. Cole Kmet was one of your tight ends. I'm not really liking this roster. I'm gonna have to be surprised looking at it compared to the Minnesota roster. Expecting Caleb Williams to do really good. Is Minnesota playing Carson Wentz or McCarthy? McCarthy. Okay. They're both young quarterbacks. I like Minnesota's weapons better though on offense.
Like who?
Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. I like Justin Jefferson. I like Justin Jefferson at receiver and Aaron Jones at running back.
And they did just get Adam Thielen also.
Yeah, and they got Adam Thielen back. Yeah. Let me go back to the I'm sorry, I was looking at it while you were talking. Let me go back to the Minnesota roster.
Addison, he's suspended though.
Yeah, they got Adam Thielen back. Like I said, Justin Jefferson's your number 1 wide receiver. You said Addison suspended, yeah. Rondell Moore, he's on reserve. Jalen Naylor, some reason I know that name. I don't know why.
He came through every now and then last year, but that, like I say, that was with Sam Darnold. He's a veteran. I'm concerned about the quarterback play, and first games don't always be too successful for these quarterbacks. And did McCarthy play in a championship game in college?
I think so. Yeah, with Michigan, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this is his second year in the league, so it's not like this is his second year in the league, and he got Carson Wentz in the quarterback room too. So I think he'll be all right. I like Minnesota in this game myself. I like their weapons better than Chicago's weapons. It is in Chicago, so that may make some difference, but I definitely like Minnesota's weapons better. They got Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason at running back, Ty Chandler as well. Yeah, I think I like Minnesota's weapons better than Chicago's weapons in this game. What was that line? I think it was Minnesota's actually favored in this game on the road. Yeah, I think I actually like Minnesota in that game. All right, really quickly, let's look at the AFC side of things. I want to, since I did say who I think my playoff teams are going to be for the NFC, I want to go ahead and make my picks for the AFC as well. In the AFC East, and I got it on the screen too, Ears, if you need to see the different teams in the divisions. I think Buffalo going to win that division. I don't even know if any other team in that division. Let's see. I might have to fill a wild card. AFC North. I think Cincinnati and Baltimore are both coming out of that division. I think. I think Cincinnati will win the division. Baltimore will be wild card. AFC South. This is an ugly division, but I still think Houston is going to win it. AFC West. Y'all sold me on Denver being a playoff team. I still think Kansas City will go to the playoffs. So what I got? 2, 3, Houston. So I got Denver, Kansas City, Houston, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Buffalo, and I need one more. Yeah, I don't know. We're on the AFC side. Let's say Jacksonville. Let's say Jacksonville plays good enough to get a wild card. So I'm gonna go Buffalo, nobody else out of the AFC East. I'm gonna go Baltimore and Cincinnati out of AFC North. I'm gonna go Houston and Jacksonville out of AFC South, and I'm gonna go Denver and Kansas City out of AFC West. That'll be my 7 teams on the AFC side. AFC Championship, I'll see Cincinnati. Cincinnati, Buffalo, maybe. And I see Cincinnati going to the Super Bowl this year.
All right. I'm gonna go out of the AFC East. I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna take New England out of that conference over Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Baltimore out of that conference. I'm gonna take I already said I'm gonna take Denver out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take what was that last one?
Whereas Houston, Indy, Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Indy, Jacksonville. I'm gonna take Jacksonville out of that conference there.
Okay.
And playoff team, 3 playoff teams. I'm gonna go with 3 playoff teams. Pittsburgh. I think I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Damn, who was that? I'm gonna go Houston. Yeah, Pittsburgh, Houston, and I'm trying to debate if I want to leave Kansas City or go with the Chargers. Because that's gonna be a tough. I'm gonna go with Kansas City because of the experience, and I believe they'll have all their players back. But I think they're gonna struggle the first season and then pick it up at the end, and they'll get in with playoff. So, yeah, Kansas City.
In your scenario, Cincinnati and Buffalo do not make the playoffs.
No.
Okay.
If
right.
Buffalo do, Kansas City probably won't. It'll be like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be like they'll have to fight it out. Because I think
so
Buffalo, over the season, I think, because they're injury away from just, fading all the way out. Like, so, and the same thing with Kansas City. So, unless both of them have some injury problems and neither one of them in there, but I don't think both of them will be able to survive they ain't got no room for error, as we can see with Kansas City already.
All right. Y'all heard it here first. I got Cincinnati in the Super Bowl. Ears doesn't have them making the playoffs, and even in the conversation, he has Buffalo and Kansas City fighting for the last spot in the playoffs. And I got all of three of them in easy.
Well, matter of fact, I'll put Cincinnati in that last little fighting spot too.
Okay. Well, he has all three, Buffalo, Cincinnati, and Kansas City, fighting for one playoff spot, two on the outside looking in, while New England, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville are all in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pittsburgh could be a wild card team too, but I think they'll come second in that division. So
Pittsburgh would be lucky if they don't end up with the number 1 overall pick. Pittsburgh is gonna be trash this year. Aaron Rodgers will have quit on that team by halfway through the season. I'm calling it now.
Who they back up?
Let's see. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything negative about Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin as a coach. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. He will have quit on that team. They got Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, and Skylar Thompson. So Mason Rudolph, I'm guessing, is the backup.
Yeah, they in trouble if Aaron Rodgers do what he did last year with first play out of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They ain't got no room for error either. So yeah, it's gonna definitely be a toss up. Who coming out of the AFC? Nobody has room for error over there.
Yeah. Let me see. Who does Pittsburgh have? Okay, DK Metcalf, who again I think he is. I don't think he is a solid number 1 like that these days without any help, and I don't see who the help is. Roman Wilson, maybe. He only 186 pounds though. Pat Freiermuth and Connor Hayward at your tight ends. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh is in for a long season, a very long season. Yeah. So. Really quickly, I wanted to, before I get out of here, I wanted to review this little clip from the arena, like I was saying. They were talking about the whole Jalen Carter incident, and there's 2 football players on the show at the time. Aqib Talib, who anybody who remembers the career of Aqib Talib, he admittedly, on here, had plenty of run-ins with the commissioner, essentially, for doing things, getting fined, suspended, whatever, right? And then the other is it Richie Incognito? I believe. Let me see if it shows all of their names down here or not. Dang, I don't have all their names down here. But anyways, they're former football players. They've been in those huddles. They've been in those situations where things get heated on the field or whatever. And I just want everybody to, I want to do a quick review, video reaction of how they were talking about the situation and what made me, I didn't have any feelings about it either way, other than you can't do that, bro. You can't spit on another man. I didn't know anything about the Dak spitting on the ground, none of that. But once they even talked about the Dak spitting on the ground thing, it made me even more so on Dak's side in this situation. So let's take a listen, and I'll pause it along the way. It's about 14 minutes clip, so we'll get through it pretty quickly.
Jalen Hawk to spit on that thing. Hawk to spit on that thing.
Bruh. Spit on that thing. There it is. There you go. Hey.
Listen, you're too. Look, I can't kill him because you won the game. So you didn't really penalize your team. But come on, like this opening night, trying to win a back-to-back. and this is what's on your mind. Like you jeopardize opening night with this antic. I call it an antic, especially an antic to get you tossed out of the game.
Right.
That's what I said. Like it happened so fast. I don't even know if his family in the suites got to order food. I don't even got.
They might not even have been in the suite yet. It happened so fast. They might have been filing.
It's like you got something going on. Y'all trying to go back to back. So the fact that you're doing things like this, kind of jeopardizes chances of winning. It's the Draymond Green thing.
Yeah.
When you talk to Curry, he's like, we need you on the floor. So focus.
That's a good analogy. That's
lock in. And that's all. Just lock in. Y'all won, so can't really kill you for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really kill him.
All right, so we heard Gil's point. Gil speaking from a basketball player point of view, obviously he gave a basketball player analogy even, But basketball and football are very different. The atmosphere, the locker room, the environment, the mentality of the players, very different atmospheres. So now let's start listening to Aqib and his first, take on it.
Boy, I did my fair share of shit on
Oh, you a spitter too?
I ain't never spit on nobody. But I got ejected out of the
Did
game.
you ever get spat on?
Nah, hell nah.
No.
Skip.
That's pretty wild.
I bet not ever get
But
spat on.
people are saying Dak spit first.
But Dak spit at the ground. Dak went here, talk a little shit, spit on the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
it's different.
it's a difference. Like, you could face.
So you see Aqib, he's approaching this from, first off, just as a man, like, hell no, you better not spit on me, But also, he's talking about he spit on the ground. There's a big difference between spitting on the ground and spitting on a person. I don't care whether it's in football or whatever.
If I could spit to the side, you spit on the ground, we could talk some shit, we could line up and play. But like, nah, I got ejected out of the game. I threw a punch. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't be pissed if Dak just spit right in front of you, looking you dead in the eye.
I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't spit on his neck though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't spit on his neck.
Okay, but Keith isn't gonna do it. Okay, it's wild.
I wouldn't.
So you see what he said? Yeah, I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't spit back on him. I'd probably spit back on the ground too. Yeah, I'd be pissed off about it, but I wouldn't spit on the man. That's the difference here.
I ain't gonna spit on the guy's neck. Now, like, that's just
Extra lube, extra little lube.
Like, he got to expect to see that.
Rub it in the right leg.
You got to see him like, bro, I spit on his neck. Like, you just can't do that, bro. It's. I know coming from me, that's saying a lot, but it's a line you got to draw.
No, I'm going as being 6'4", it's worse when you can't whoop him, right? I know I can't whoop him.
I can do something to him. Hey, I can do something to his
I'm doing exactly what Dax did. Just
I've done a ton of crazy shit on the field. I have done a ton of crazy shit on the field, but I've never been suspended. I've never been kicked out of an NFL game for egregious conduct, right? And I think that this.
So again, another point of view from another football player, someone who's in them huddles. And you see, he's a big guy, so he was probably really in them trenches where a whole lot of stuff goes on that never gets saw and never gets called by the referees.
This is a great learning moment for Jalen Carter. He is a young player. He is a stud. He is the heart and soul of that defense. He pulled a bonehead move. Dak got him. Dak spit at him. The emotions got the best of him. I mean, coming out for an opening game, you are seeing red. You have been practicing in training camp, and you are literally ready to punch anybody in the face.
Now, understand that, because earlier in this conversation, I believe I heard somebody saying something about how it was just, the game hadn't even started yet. Listen. They've been in training camp. This is what they've been preparing for however many months. Football season, if y'all don't understand it, a year is 12 months long. Actual football playing season is only like about 5 months of that year. So for the other 7 months of the year, they're spending all this time conditioning, waiting, preparing. And really the last month and a half of it is playoffs. So really they get to play for about 4 months of the year, spend the other 7 to 8 months of the year training and preparing for that next time to play again. And this is the first time they get to actually face off against somebody and hit this person really with the force of anger. Like, I'm mad at you. We're supposed to be mad at each other, and we are two Rams that are about to butt heads right now. So all of that's pinned up leading up to this first play. So you said they're seeing red.
I think that this just boiled over, but the learning moment is for Jalen Carter to sit there and watch the defending Super Bowl champs go out there, and on banner night, they have to play the Dallas Cowboys without you.
Right.
You're not there. Your presence isn't felt. You're there. You're their leader in the run game. You're their leader in the pass game, and you watch Dallas come out and jam the ball down your defense's throat. Jalen Carter had to be sitting there thinking, I can help this team. I should be out there with my boys. So bonehead move. I hope he learns from it. I know he'll learn from it. He's a great young player, and a lot more from him to come.
All right, here's how I saw it. There's an injury timeout because one of the Eagles went down on the kickoff. Doctors are out on the field, trainers out on the field. Jalen Carter is steaming at Tyler Booker the Cowboys rookie right guard, because when Tyler Booker got drafted, he said at his opening.
And I need y'all to listen. I don't care how you feel about Skip Bayless. I need you to listen to what he's saying, because after he explains all of this, which is some behind the scenes info that you get being a journalist, a reporter, a person with connections and contact, person with different and camera angle views, the football players are going to co-sign it. So I need y'all to listen to what Skip is about to say here, because he's about to tell a story of really what was going on there and why I, at the end of the day, end up on someone like Dak's side in this situation.
And a lot more from him to come.
All right, here's how I saw it. There's an injury timeout because one of the Eagles went down on the kickoff.
That's what happened. During the kickoff, one of the Eagles players got injured. So there was an injury timeout.
Doctors are out on the field, trainers out on the field. Jalen Carter is steaming at Tyler Booker, the Cowboys rookie right guard, because when Tyler Booker got drafted, he said at his opening press conference, "I can't wait to face Jalen Carter." Well, that's a mouthful from a kid from Alabama. I don't care who you are or what you are, because he ain't that good.
So you see what's happening here. There's been some junk talk. They know it's game one. Players on opposite sides talking junk to each other in the media and stuff like that. So now we got to see each other.
Jalen Carter is the truth.
He's that dude.
He is that dude on that defense. You don't mess with him from a distance or certainly face to face. So Jalen Carter took advantage of the injury timeout and walked across the line of scrimmage toward the Cowboy huddle. He's in the no-fly zone, the unwritten rule.
As soon as Skip said that, Akeem said, "Yep." Listen again. He walked across the line of scrimmage towards that huddle. Akeem said, "Yep."
Certainly face to face. So Jalen Carter took advantage of the injury timeout and walked across the line of scrimmage toward the Cowboy huddle. He's in the no-fly zone, the unwritten rule zone. He's talking to Tyler Booker in the huddle, trying to let's have a little conversation about what's about to transpire here, right? Okay. And Dak doesn't like it, so Dak moves forward and looks at him, and I believe that he spit in his direction as like a warning shot over the bow sort of thing. Just a spit. It went between the shoulder pads of the two offensive linemen, but he was definitely sending a spit message to Jalen Carter, who he would never.
So you hear the way this is being described now. Jalen Carter comes over towards our huddle. We're in the huddle. I see you, the defensive player, coming towards the huddle. I spit towards your direction between my two linemen. My linemen are standing right here. I'm the quarterback. My linemen are standing right here in front of me. I'm looking at them. They don't see you because their back is to you. You're walking towards me in my huddle. I see that. I spit in your direction between two of my linemen at the ground. Like, get the hell away from us.
Ever spit in the face of because of what you just said, because he'd just get his ass whipped. Is what would happen.
So I think it's an intentional.
But he was definitely sending a spit message to Jalen Carter, who he would never spit in the face of because of what you just said, because he'd just get his ass whipped. Is what would happen.
So I think it's an intentional message.
He's provoking, he's instigating a little bit, but he's also not happy that Jalen Carter is like 3 feet from the edge of their offensive huddle. And help me out here. Is that breaking a little bit of the unwritten rule? You guys know
it's a TV timeout. It's always a line.
There's a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen Carter, if he talking shit to your huddle, he go past the line, he talking shit to your huddle, he ain't crossed that line. Dak spit on the ground, Dak ain't crossed that line.
Right.
Like, we can do this shit all day. I've seen work.
Okay, but would you, if you're in the offense.
So listen to the football player now. The football player that said he's done all types of stuff and he's seen all types of stuff. He's saying everything so far, even Dak spitting on the ground, has not crossed any line. Listen to the football player. Agreeing with Skip.
Help me out here. Is that breaking a little bit of the unwritten rule? You guys know
It's a TV timeout. It's always a line.
There's a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen Carter, if he talking shit to your huddle, he go past the line, he talking shit to your huddle, he ain't crossed that line. Dak spit on the ground, Dak ain't crossed that line.
Right.
Like, we can do this shit all day. I've seen work.
Okay, but would you, if you're in the offensive huddle, would you, if you turned around and he's 3 feet there talking to one of your linemen, you would not like that?
Oh, no. That is one thing where I would have lost my cool.
Okay.
He wouldn't have been talking to Dak.
Hey, yo, Splitter, salute. Listen to Richie's. Listen to the football players, y'all.
Okay, but would you, if you're in the offensive huddle, would you, if you turned around and he's 3 feet there talking to one of your linemen, you would not like that?
Oh no, that is one thing where I would have lost my cool.
Okay.
He wouldn't have been talking to Dak. If Jalen Carter walked up to that huddle, he'd be talking to me. Okay. I would have turned around, gotten his face. Right. We would have come together. The quarterback doesn't settle those battles.
Exactly. Right. And by the way, if there was any spitting back and forth, you might have a chance against him.
Oh,
right?
no doubt. I might need a couple boys to help me out.
Okay.
No, but that's the thing. Jalen Carter crossed the line of scrimmage, went to the huddle. Dak goaded him. Dak a little spit in your direction.
And then he steps between the linemen, and they go kind of face to face.
Even then.
And yet Jalen, it's a fall-away spit. It's like he's moving backwards, and he thinks, well, I'm not going to let him get away with this. And he gives it kind of a last second.
And that's when he crossed the line.
Okay, you can't
come out the huddle.
He
could go face to face. He could mush Dak face. He could do whatever. The referees might have just broke it up.
Yep.
But you just can't spit, bro. That's you could.
Now listen to what the football player said. He said that Jalen Carter could have even mushed Dak in the face. And the referees just would have broke it up. He wouldn't have got kicked out of the game for mushing Dak, pushing him or something. He wouldn't have got kicked out of the game. He crossed the line when he decided to spit on that man.
But you could toe the line. You just can't cross the line.
You can mush. He could have mushed him and stayed in the game.
He could have
a little, you know.
Referee might not even throw a flag like that. They might just, hey, y'all boys, chill out.
Just a little pushing and shoving.
That's a little nice and neat.
Listen to that. This is the football players who have been there in those trenches saying this stuff.
He's pushed.
You know, for Jalen Carter, it's just such an insignificant thing. It's a little spit before the game. He got him. I'd rather see Jalen Carter take a shot at Dak during the game. You know, if you're going to get kicked out of the game, take a shot at Dak. Take him down. Right?
You know, did something in the same line of spitting on him. You know, mush his face, mush his head, grab his face like
shove
this.
Him, shove him offensive
like you could have did a whole lot of shit, but you just can't cross the line.
Okay, just me, because Dak did provoke. I don't want to see Jalen Carter get suspended for this because he paid his price. He missed the whole freaking game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that fair?
Yes. That's fair, but going into the season, the major point of emphasis coming from the referees to the clubs and to the players was respect for opponents. And Akeem knows when they come out.
So I don't know if y'all missed it, but every year the NFL, they come out with new rules or they introduce some new rules. Most of the rules stay the same, but they may make some tweaks to some rules or they introduce new rules. And this year, respect for the opponent is one of the things that they're emphasizing. So the officials are going to emphasize any crosses of the line of respect for the opponent. So taunting and all this stuff that you see them doing in the backfield, all this standing over players, definitely spitting on them, all that type of stuff, it's not going to be tolerated. It's the type of things that's not only going to get your team flagged 15 yards or more, but might get some of your favorite players kicked out of games. So just something to keep in mind. New rules every year. And in the first about 4 weeks of the season or so, you see it start to impact things because the officials are enforcing it very, vigorously.
With a new rule and a point of emphasis, they are going to emphasize it heavy and early. So I think that's what the refs did here. They just came out, they saw it, and they were like, oh man, this is the
the ref is standing between them.
He's standing right there. Yeah.
I feel like if you cross the line, your ass going to get suspended.
Coach Splitter, I agree 100%. Just get him during the play. Just get him during the play. That's all he had to do.
If you could toe the line, you could get Wait, if you cross the line, bro, it's something gonna happen to you next game.
But you have to set the tone in the NFL.
I don't like somebody. If you hock a loogie on the nigga neck, you gonna get suspended.
But you just suspended me.
If you throw up, no, that's too out for this game.
But that's a suspension,
bro.
in a sense.
I threw a punch, second play of the game. I was out 2 games. They tried to give me 2 games. We appealed it to 1 game. If you cross that line, you gonna get a letter. You gonna have a call on Wednesday and see about that shit.
Who'd you hit?
Crab. I ain't ripped.
Oh, that was a crab. Yeah. Well, you ripped his necklace off, right? Was that time? Or
this was the first time I ripped the necklace off.
Okay.
The second time, he came, he socked Chris in the stomach first play. Next play, he came, he socked me in the stomach. Like, you slow it down now. He socked, boom, hit me in the stomach. Now I'm like, come on, fam, now I got to rip this shit again. Then I ripped this shit off again.
But the ref didn't see the socks?
Nah, but the commissioner, Elway made sure the commissioner did. Elway had my back for that shit.
Okay.
He made sure the commissioner saw what was going on, and that's why they reduced it to 1 game. Because, hey, Leave, you still threw a punch in the game, you crossed the line. So if you cross the line, bro, you're gonna have to see about that shit.
So you got suspended? You got kicked out of that game?
I got kicked out that game, 3rd play of the game, and I also was out the next game.
He's gonna get a heavy fine,
racks, bro. I need that.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't like if is the penalty worth 2 games? right? If it's a one game, if you're taking me out of this game, that's a suspension.
Absolutely.
Especially if the game hasn't really started yet, that's my suspension.
Spit on the chest feels really disrespectful.
Bro, that's crossing that line.
But if you're gonna suspend me, let me finish this game. Suspend me for the next one. Then.
See, that's what crossing that line. You gotta miss this game and the next.
Yeah, that's 2 games for the price.
It's probably gonna come out that he got suspended for 2. Then they're gonna appeal this shit and make it 1. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they got to make an example out of him. It's a point of emphasis.
So as you can see, the players who have dealt with these types of run-ins with the league is the best way I can put it, because every situation was different. But these players who have dealt with getting letters from the commissioner, some kind of punishment or something like that, they're retired now, but they also understand why they got their punishments. They understand that they were in the wrong whenever they did whatever it was they did to receive that letter from the NFL. And they can now speak from a place of understanding to explain to other players why you are in the wrong and what you did to cross the line. And this is why you're, going to receive the kind of consequence that you're going to receive.
On national TV, everybody's watching, and then this goes down. So heavy fine, possible suspension.
Okay, this is just me. There's something about one man spitting on another man or one woman spitting on another woman. It's just the ultimate disrespect. Like, there are words you can say, obviously, that way cross the line, but there's something about if I expectorate on you, if I, isn't that, to me, I don't know if you guys...
I don't even feel like it's words that can cross the line.
Again, a lot of people want to disagree with Skip Bayless, but again, nobody is wrong about everything. What can you disagree with about what he just said right there? I don't care how you feel about any of his opinions about any person in sports. Everything he said is absolutely right there. If you disagree with that, then you might need to do some soul searching.
Bro, just say what the fuck you want to say. I done heard it all in the game. I probably done said it all in the game. You know what I'm saying? But if you spit on me, fam, like, I ain't never gonna. I'm gonna see you at the Super Bowl and hey, we gonna have to see about that.
That's right. That is right.
Real.
I'm actually surprised at how calm Dak was after getting spit on. I'm like, that's serious. Like, I would have thought red.
Yeah, Dak got him. He got the exact reaction he was looking for.
But it's always the classic, the second guy gets tossed. He was the second guy.
I'm taking a spit over a punch. The punch hurt, spit.
All right, so now Gil's wilding, so we're going to move on. Because Gil's making jokes now, He wasn't too deeply involved in the conversation, And again, football locker room, basketball locker rooms are a little different, So the way that the football players are looking at that situation, the way Gil is looking at it, it's just different. The football players don't mind getting in a fight. They don't mind taking a punch from somebody or punching somebody if it comes down to that. Basketball players, it doesn't really work like that. You don't see very many fights in basketball where punches are actually thrown. Hell, you see football players punching each other in the damn helmet. Like, bro, he's wearing a helmet. Why are you punching him? No, rip his helmet off and then punch him. Don't punch him in the damn helmet. That ain't gonna do him but hurt your hand. He gonna hear dunk. It ain't gonna hurt him, no. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody that came through. Everybody hit the link. Shout out to Ears. Shout out to Jimmy McFly, Roy Lee, Ronald Jones, Lovelace. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Shout out to everybody that hit the link. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Everybody who commented in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna try to do this every Sunday. It ain't gonna be every single Sunday because I'm actually gonna be gone next Sunday. I'll be out of town. But we're going to try to do this, most every Sunday. Make sure that we catch up on what's going on in the league. I didn't talk as much about fantasy this week, but some of the other people that came on did talk more about some of the players. So we're not going to deep dive into my fantasy teams this week. We'll save that for another time. But shout out to everybody who came through. I appreciate everybody who showed up. Just to hit the like button, drop a comment in the chat, maybe share the stream, or shout out to Carl Belton on the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. And I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you do something good for yourself and do something good for somebody else. It'll make you feel good to do something good for somebody else out here in the world. Spreading good karma, it's a great thing. And trust me, it'll make you feel good whenever you spread some good karma out there and you see that come back to you tenfold. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. This is Iceberg. Salute.
Now, as they say in your country, let us be out.